What is up, you guys? What is up? What is up? My phone is going off already. We just getting started. We're gonna give y'all a little bit of time to come in. Today we're gonna switch it up on you guys a little bit. We are going to discuss the law of attraction. The law of attraction. We may also post some oracle cards towards the end. Okay. So, our topic of the night is the law of attraction. We are starting a new series called the Universal Law series. This is episode 1. Um, so, every episode, we're going to discuss another universal law. It's going to be a 12-part series. There's so many universal laws, but we're only going to discuss about 12 of them that we choose, right? Okay, because the universal law is broad. It's so much information, so much knowledge. So we are going to narrow it down to 12, but we're going to focus on one every episode, y'all. And we may pull some oracle cards towards the end. All right. So I have my beautiful co-host Ahzzy Moore here. Y'all know Ahzzy. And then my other beautiful co-host, IAmPhoenixNadie, may be joining us a little bit after. She's running a little late because life happens, and that's all right. So before we get started, please like the video. Please share the video. Um, definitely feel free to comment. We're streaming multiple places. So we're streaming from YouTube. We're streaming from Facebook. We're streaming on my other page, my metaphysics page. So feel free to comment on any of those things. Comment. Let me know that y'all here. Where y'all from? Where y'all from? Any questions that you guys have at any point, feel free to type it in the comment section. We're going to discuss it. This is going to be not so much of a teaching thing per se, but more of a community kind of discussion on the law of attraction. We're going to dive into different things. We're going to dive into how or different aspects and different cultures that and belief systems that believe in the law of attraction in different ways as well. So we have a couple of things. I'm going to put the main key questions that we're going through on the screen. All right. Don't forget to like this video. Like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you would like to send any voluntary donations, all of the donation links are in the description of this video. If you would like any kind of personal readings, Ahzzy does readings, I do readings, Phoenix does readings, and we also have other people that we're associated with who also do readings. We have different styles. We all do it different ways. That's my cat making noise. Yeah, I know Ginger. Ginger's another tarot reader. Probably the first tarot reading cat I ever seen or heard of in my life. All right. So first we're going to get into what is the law of attraction for anyone who doesn't know. But before we do that, we're going to do some deep breathing and settle the energy, because sometimes we're coming from work, we're coming from driving, we're coming from off the train, different things, and we just have to breathe and woosah. Okay, so we're going to do maybe a 3-minute meditation session really quickly, just to balance out the frequencies and the anxieties and everything else going, all the other T's going along. All right, C's and T's. All right, so I invite you all to breathe with me. And Ahzzy, we're going to take deep breaths with our eyes closed. Take your time, breathe in deeply, hold it, and then breathe out. Okay? We want to thank you all who are joining us now, all of you who will join us. And if you stay after, we may pull some oracle cards. Maybe there's some oracle messages for the topic that we're discussing. Maybe there's a message that we need to hear. Okay. We want to also pay homage to nature, to the sun, to the earth, Mother Earth, to the air, the elements, the fire. We want to pay homage to the Most High. We want to pay homage to our ancestors and our spirit guides that are leading us and guiding us on this journey. We want to just show our gratitude and respect for the honorable elders of the community as well, who have taught us, who have guided us, who have given us advice when we needed it. Okay, so let's get into it. Y'all gonna have to ignore my cat because he's a little attention seeking. Y'all know Ginger, he want my attention all daggone day. All right, ready? Let's get situated. Hold on. We're gonna breathe What's today? Today's the 15th, the 16th. Let's do 16 breaths.
Let's do it.
Ready? All right.
Yeah.
As we breathe in, soak in all the things, all the anxiety, all the negative thoughts, the negative feelings and emotions that are plaguing us at the moment. And as we breathe out, imagine yourself releasing it into the ethers, giving it back to Pachamama, giving it back to Mother Earth, so that she can transmute the energy.
And as you're breathing, you want to relax your spine. You want to untense yourself. You want to make sure that you're feeling slightly loose. And as you breathe in, you want to make sure that you're up, standing up tall, spine up tall, so that way you can really get to that tension that we store at the base of the spine. You're going to breathe in. When you catch that breath, make sure you're hitting that spine as well. And then you're going to breathe out. Every time you breathe, you should feel a little bit lighter, just a little bit lighter.
Ao. Feel the love frequency that we are pouring into you and the love frequency that you guys pour into us. Everything is reciprocation. That's why it's important that we discuss the laws of the universe, universal laws, because those things were designed and created to help us journey through this life that we signed up for, these tasks that we signed up for, that we agreed to in these spiritual contracts. The breath is so important, you guys. We forget to breathe. The hustle and bustle, the way life moves so quickly, sometimes we forget to breathe. Most of us don't even breathe properly. You have breatharians who live off of just breathing. They don't even live off of food and stuff. They just breathe because the breath is that important. The breath is that important. All right. So let's get into this. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you heart it, like it. Thank you for the people who already liked it and hearted it. Appreciate you. So first, we're going to go into what is the law of attraction. What is that? Right? For the people who may not have known. If you looked on the flyer, our other co-host Phoenix already wrote a definition. So I'm going to read what she
Mhm.
wrote. We're going to break that down. So Phoenix said the law of attraction argues that positive thoughts and actions reap positive rewards and vice versa for negative ones. There's many different names that the law of attraction goes under. What's up, Gemini? Gemini, thank you for showing love. There's many different names. Some of us, the law of attraction is levels to it. And one of the things that we constantly speak about and don't even realize all the time that it's the law of attraction is karma. We're always quick to say karma's a bitch. Karma's not a bitch. Karma's here to serve justice. It's disrespectful to her name to call her a bitch. And when things happen, with every action, there's a reaction. That's part of the balance in this realm. So when we speak about the law of attraction, we speak about what things we bring to ourself and in our presence based on what we put out. Just as we breathe out oxygen, no, we breathe out carbon dioxide and we breathe in oxygen. There's a reciprocation between the humans and the trees. There's a reciprocation energetically with the energetic flow for the law of attraction. What you put out energetically is believed to come back to you. You feel me? As you would have, you look like you would have asked something in there, girl.
I was waiting for you to finish. You know that this is my up my alley.
Okay. But
So yes,
go
the
ahead,
law
mom.
of attraction. This is something that I honestly I think that every person who is starting their journey, or at least every person who is starting to actually come to a state of consciousness, is the first things that they need to understand and know. I go by these 12 laws only because I feel like not only are they called the universal laws, but I feel like they are also called the laws of humanity. This is your guidebook on what you need to do to get to your highest self. And the law of attraction is one of my favorite because a lot of people say that the law of attraction is what you attract. And when they say what you attract, they mean by the stuff that you say. But it's not only the stuff that you say, it's the stuff that you think. Things that you feed your body, the things that you feed your spiritual, the things like those type of things that honestly we don't think about. Anytime somebody says the law of attraction, they say, oh well, it's all about what you say. Oh no, baby, it's about what you think too, because you can say with your mouth that you believe and you have faith, right? But if you don't think it, you attract that as well.
Right.
And a lot of the times, especially in regards to because it's a hot topic for right now, when it comes to shadow work, a lot of the times we don't understand that those things that we think, say, breathe, feel, eat are the things that we attract. So when it comes to that law, it's so profound to kind of, it's very broad, like you said, very, very broad, but it all comes down to that one thing. What are you thinking? What are you saying? Who are you around? Because you know how mom and daddy used to always say your friends are who you are. That can be also put as the a law of attraction as well, because you can be a good person, right? You can be a person who is an outstanding citizen, but if you're around certain people, you attract their nonsense as well. So the law of attraction for me personally is not just about what you say, it's about what you think, feel, breathe, see, eat, those dark night thoughts. So yeah, for me the law of attraction is one of the first rules that you really need to understand and kind of learn.
Yes. Absolutely, Azzy. Because everything is energy. Everything has an energetic frequency.
Yep.
What you think has an energetic frequency. Sorry, he's trying to chime in and give his
I
piece.
see.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
his
see.
turn. Meow, meow. What you know about the law of attraction? But everything is energy from a
Yes.
spiritual aspect.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when you die, you don't truly die. Your
Right.
physical body dies, but the energy keeps existing. That's why you're able to have experiences where you communicate with people who are quote unquote dead because they're not dead. They just transition into a different realm, but energetically, they still exist
Mm-hmm.
because energy is something that you learn in grade school never dies. You learn that in science, energy never dies. And everything that we may think of as significant or insignificant carries an energetic frequency.
Absolutely.
From a rock to a tree to a person to an animal to a thought to a word, it all carries energetic frequencies. So when you think a certain way, you're giving off. You ever had somebody that said one thing out their mouth, but their whole body language says some other shit? Oh my gosh. That annoyed the hell out of me. That annoys the hell out of me. I remember there was a parent I used to work with, and it was like, thank you for all your help. And everything she was saying was kind, but her whole energy and body language was like, oh, I can't stand this bitch. She too much in my business. You feel me? It's energy,
Mm-hmm.
energetic frequencies. And
Right.
different things happen and are manifested through different frequencies, but we're going to get into that a little bit later. So
Mm-hmm.
we kind of touched on the second topic part of it. How does the law of attraction work? What you put out comes back to you. What you put out, what you think, what you feel, what you say, how you treat others. He's rubbing up against the computer. That's why the computer's moving. Sorry, y'all. Bubba, what are you doing? What are you doing, Bubba? Can you stop? I know you want to give your piece. It's not your turn. But even my animal has energy. Have you guys seen the experiment that people have done on YouTube with the plants? There's an experiment, if you haven't seen it, and there's quite a few people who have done it, where a person talks very negative to a plant, and the plant eventually dies.
Mm-hmm.
The plant starts to break down. People go, oh, it's a plant. It's not alive. It is alive. And it has energy. But when they did the opposite and they spoke life and beauty and love into that plant or into another plant, the plant stood up tall. The plant grew. The plant sprouted. The plant carried and harbored an energy of strength. You see what I'm saying? It's energy. Words that we speak are energetic spells, and we don't realize that we bind and unbind ourselves with the things that we say out of our mouth,
Mm-hmm.
with things that we think. All the years I said, damn, I ain't good at math. Let me tell you, in school, my two weakest subjects was math and science. How the
I
hell
hate
am I
it,
behind this?
man. I hate it, man. What a problem. I still hate math.
But see, even in saying that, we say things like that all the time, but it's going to continue to pose a challenge because we're saying we hate it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, for example, I started getting into astrology and numerology just out of curiosity at 15 years old. But math and science have never been those, I could ace every subject. Those were always my most challenging subjects, aside from maybe a couple of teachers that like found a way to teach me in a way that I understood, that I understood, right? But how can I get into and understand numerology, astrology, which are maths and sciences, but struggle with algebra, multiplication, chemistry, biology? A lot of that was me believing energetically, me believing that it was hard, me believing that I could not pass the test, me believing that I would never get it, creating energetic blockages for myself, not even realizing it at that age. But,
Mm-hmm.
but a testament that I can get it is the fact that I understood numerology and astrology. It's another variation of math and science. You see what I'm saying? Which brings us kind of to the next question. How long have people been using the law of attraction? So I did a
Ooh.
little bit of digging.
I
And
did too.
you did too? All right. You want to go first, sis?
No, because you're gonna say what I'm gonna say anyway. Because it goes back all the way back to like my favorite spiritual practice that I'm studying right now. So,
Man, let me tell you, law of attraction has been around forever.
yes.
As long probably as there have been human beings.
Mm-hmm.
The law of attraction has been there because it's part of the cosmic balance. It's part of the balance in this realm. This is how this realm operates, right?
Uh-huh.
So I did a little digging into different cultures. So I went to the Hindu culture and looked at some of the Vedas, right? You have the Upanishads, the Hindu scriptures. And according to them, the law of attraction in their scripture goes back 4,000 years.
Oof.
4,000 years, right? They imply that you have, so I'm reading from my notes now. They imply
Okay.
that you have to believe you already have it to amplify your energetic frequency.
Yep.
Okay. It also made me think of an old Hindu story about a deity named, I want to say, I think she was a deity. I read it many years ago. I didn't tap into it this time, but it made me think of it. A woman named Parvati. I hope I'm saying her name right. Parvati. And Parvati was in love with this man. They had been together, if I'm not mistaken, through lifetimes. And something happened where he forgot about her or something where they broke up. And so Parvati went into a very deep meditation, focusing on that man for years and years. And he eventually came back to her. She energetically attracted him back. You see what I'm saying? Also, according to a lot of the Hindu scriptures, what I was able to find, the way that you one of the main ways that you practice the law of attraction is through visualization and meditation, kind of like what Parvati did.
What does that sound like?
Oh, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that, sis. I just get started with that.
What does that sound like?
We already know. We already know. Because I want to draw the connections of the different cultures saying the same thing. So when you hear people talk about that's evil, is it?
And now,
Right, right. So like in the Vedas, they talk about in the Hindu culture, they talk about calling on Krishna. Krishna is a very important deity in the Hindu culture. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say I always mix up Krishna and Vishnu, but I know one of them, I believe, is like the most high deity. But specifically for Krishna, they believe if you call on Krishna, it will help you manifest things. And the Upanishads, some of the Upanishads, when they speak of creation, they talk about, they believe that the self created the universe in the beginning, which is very interesting. It's very similar to kind of the occultist beliefs about you yourself being God. And some occultists use things and tools like sigils to manifest, to use the law of attraction. If you're not familiar with what a sigil is a symbol that you create. It's a certain way that you create the symbol.
we use it in Wicca. We use sigils in Wicca.
Well, we're gonna get to Wicca. We're gonna get to Wicca.
We use sigils in Wicca.
and see, in different paradigms are using the same thing and saying the same thing multiple different ways. We're going to see that. So like with the sigils, the way that I learned to create sigils is that you write the statement on what you seek to manifest, and then you take away, I haven't done it in a while, I think you take away all the vowels or repeated letters, and you use those letters that are remaining to create the symbol of the sigil. And what you do is you meditate and you focus on that sigil, because the sigil speaks to the subconscious brain. The symbols, because the subconscious brain isn't focusing on words, but it remembers symbols. That's why you have to be careful on what you allow into your mind.
Right.
because a lot of times through the media and different things, we are shown very many different images, and you're shown sometimes images super fast, and you don't remember it in that moment, but your subconscious mind remembers it and is programming based on what it's seen.
Right.
It speaks a different language, the subconscious mind. And so with the sigils, you sit there and you focus on it a certain amount of times a day. You focus on the symbol because the symbol is saying something to the subconscious mind to help manifest whatever you seek to manifest.
Yes.
In Islam, there is the law of attraction. The law of attraction is done by making what they call dua. Dua is prayer and visualization, which is manifestation through prayer and visualization.
There you go.
In Islam, they believe that asking Allah for what you want, Allah being the God, being God, what they call God in Islam,
Yes.
Asking Allah for what you want and believing that it will arrive to attract what you want from Allah. So if I'm a Muslim and I say, you're saying your prayer and you Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. You say your prayer, you visualize, you make your dua, you ask specifically for what you want. Oh Allah, I want a house. And you walk in that sense of knowing and believing that what you asked, what you spoke out of your mouth will manifest.
Right.
That is law of attraction. In Hermeticism, you also see the law of attraction. When you look at things like the laws of Ma'at in Hermeticism, you attract certain energetic frequencies to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I know that what was we talking about one time? That Erykah Badu song?
Yes. Yeah.
What was it? I don't remember the words. Auna ukuku mestahamu kamu mesu intor mutafma atu apu atku apu atsmet apu ntor nukeru. You're praying, but that's what prayer is. So for people who think that it's evil, it's in so many different cultures and paradigms. And even when you're praying in Spanish, any language, ábrete corazón, ábrete sentimientos. I love that song. Ábrete entendimiento, deja a un lado la razón, leave behind the reasoning, and open your heart so you can heal. Go to the plants. All of these things are tools. All of these things are tools that the divine or whatever you believe in has brought to us and has here for us to navigate through this realm. So when you thinking something is evil, you want to reevaluate that. Because it's another thing. They talk about the law of attraction in Scientology. In Buddhism, they believe that you become what you think.
Mm-hmm.
American Indian people believe in the law of attraction. Many American Indian cultures. The Siouan people, Wakantanka or Wakanda, which are two different names for the Most High. Everybody thinks Wakanda, they think of Wakanda Forever with the movie. That is an American Indian word.
Yeah.
The nation of my people. Exactly. When you look at the Bible, even Matthew 21:22, and I analyzed those numbers together equal to 7 frequency. And 7 is a number that deal with manifestation, the numerology in it all. All of these paradigms are saying the same thing different ways. So when we divide and we cause division, we're delaying our evolution to Christ consciousness. We're delaying that.
You know what it is? It's once again, it goes into the studying.
Right.
When you study these things, you understand that all of us are pretty much one. You get me? It's pretty much one. There is no division. Anytime you put people in it, it can cause division. You know?
Right.
So with the law of attraction, like you said, in these many, many, many forms of spirituality, these many forms of even down to religion, everything is kind of the same. It's just said in different ways. You say tomato, I say tomato. It doesn't mean it is different. It doesn't mean that it's actually all the same. So especially when I teach my girls, I always teach my girls to go into what resonates with you, because it'll all come full circle. Regardless of the point, it's going to come full circle. So when you are speaking about the law of attraction, you said something about being specific. So I remember, I think I always tell this story to my girls. I think I told it to you one time. I was speaking to my aunt, and we were talking one day, and I was saying something that I wanted. And I kept saying, like, I'm getting like the general, but I'm not getting what I want. And she was like, are you being specific?
Right.
And I was like, the specifics really matter? She was like, yeah. So instead of, I think you said you wanted a car. Don't say that you want a car. Say that you want the red Honda with the two doors, and get specific. When you are manifesting a partner, make sure that not only are you manifesting the qualities that you want in that person, but the qualities that you need to keep that person as well. Because a lot of we forget, and I kind of, after this series, I kind of want to walk into manifestations and the ways to do it, because a lot of people are wondering as to why their manifestations are coming, what we would say, half-ass. And it's because you're not being specific, or you haven't reached the frequency that you need to get to in order to get that manifestation. So when it comes to the law of attraction, make sure that you are attracting the same things that you have within, because those are the things that also manifest. We can manifest whatever our heart desires, right? But those little hidden things are the things that we manifest as well. Why ask for a job if you're not going to be able to have the knowledge to maintain and keep it? When you're asking for these things, make sure that you are also asking, when manifesting or when using the law of attraction, right? Make sure that you are manifesting exactly what is inside of you as well. I think that's an important key factor. And all of these aspects of spirituality, when it comes to this law, they're saying you are what you think. You are the frequency that you are on. So make sure that when you are using this law of attraction, you are manifesting and putting yourself in the mind state of, okay, this is what I'm going to have. I know for a fact that this is going to definitely come. And when you are using the law of attraction, because there's a flip side to this, y'all. I don't think y'all get the flip side. If you
we want to get into that.
If you
That's
are
what
not
we want.
the frequency you are at, you need to be at, you better be ready to go through what you need to go through in order for you to get that attraction.
Now that's a part that people don't talk about. We're going to get more into that.
We're going to get to that.
That part is the part that gives a lot of people trouble. You have a lot of people who are very good at manifesting, but they don't know how to properly use that power. And even a lot of us spiritualists had to go through things to practice and properly learn how to use that, how to manipulate that alchemy and use that power. You feel me?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to add 2 Bible verses.
Church. Let the church say amen. Let's go.
We're going to close this question with the Bible verses. Matthew 21:22, which equals a 7 frequency. Y'all heard me talk about 7 many times. If you watch my channel, I still got the old videos up. It says, in all things whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. Mark 11:24. That's an 8. 8 is a number that deals with karma. What goes around comes around. That's the energetic frequency. Right? It's infinite. It says, Jesus said, therefore unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. I personally believe that when you manifest, it has to come multiple ways for it to be very strong. And I'm a very good manifester with a lot of stuff. It has to be in thought. It has to be in words. And there's something else that I always say.
Use your three selves. It has to be in your spiritual. It has to be in your mental. It has to be in your emotional. And it has to be in your physical.
That, you know what it is? That's what you just reminded me. So I believe, and I've said for a while, 3 ways. You have to believe it in your mind, in your heart, and speak it. Because remember, water holds memory. And we always talk about in school land and sea creatures, and we're land creatures. But what is air? Air is the gas form of water. Water holds memory. Water is a conduit. We're birthed through the canal, through the womb, through the water of the womb. And so because it holds memory, because water remembers, what you speak out into the air, into the ethereal realm, manifest. Because the moment you speak out what you want, you think it and you believe it in your heart, the universe conspires to make things go in your favor. It starts aligning things to make whatever you spoke happen, whatever you believe or want to happen. It's all about, and the time that you receive what you ask for is that you graduated up into that frequency of receiving it. So if you are at level 200 frequency and what you want is at level 400, you could be asking and asking and asking and asking and asking, how come that shit ain't happening? How come that ain't happening? How come it ain't happening? But when you finally realize what you need to do and you level up to that 400, boom, everything starts happening. You have to get on the frequency of your manifestation, and you have to believe it, because ain't no point of manifesting, doing hoodoo, doing prayer, doing root work, any kind of thing, if you don't believe in what the hell you are asking for and what you want. And even Wicca has the rule of 3. I'm gonna let you talk on the Wicca a little bit, sis. But Wicca has the rule of 3. What you do comes back to you 3 times. My grandmother used to always say, when you point the finger, 3 fingers point back at you. Don't that sound like some Wicca? And my grandma is a church woman. When you point the finger, 3 fingers point back at you. That sounds like some root work saying. And a lot of root work people have traditionally been in the church, as well as many other spiritual and religious belief systems and paradigms. But I'm going to let you touch on that before we go to the next question with Wicca, if you have anything to chime in to add to that.
So basically, yes, you basically kind of summed it all up with the rule of 3. The rule of 3 is all about, like you said, it's basically, we're going to take it the black way. When you point, 3 are pointing back at you. So in that 3, as you know, 3 is half of that 8. And because 3 is half of that 8, it goes like this.
I've always said 3 looks like half of an 8, and people will be looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, no, if you cut an 8 in half.
If you cut it in half, it's 3. And the reason why we use 3 is because in Wicca, that 3 is that half of 8. So you have that 3, which is your half, and that other 3 is diagonal, which is the universe's half. So when you do this 3, as you see, the number 8 is this, right? The number 8 is this, but the number 3 is those 2 arches. Those 2 arches is basically your part of what you bring into this life. So whatever you have for 3, right? Whatever you have for 3 is what you put out into the earth, and that other 3 is what the universe gives out. When you put that 3 in, that remember, mind, body, soul, the Holy Trinity. That number 3 is very,
very, very powerful number.
You have mind, body, soul, the dimensions, the chakras, even down to like the chakras. Everything is a part of that rule of 3. And then the rule of 3, whatever you do comes back threefold, because when you are using the mind, body, the soul, the physical, emotional, and spiritual, the physical, emotional, and spiritual, you are manifesting to the highest power, pretty much. Like you said, when you believe something in your mind, heart, body, soul, it boosts you to a certain frequency. And because in Wicca, we believe that you are a powerful being. Of course, you are not above the higher maker, but when you believe that you are a part of the higher maker, we have this thing where you become that highest frequency when using the rule of 3.
Right.
You become that very high frequency when you use the number 3. So whatever you say or whatever you do, whether that be you giving out to charity, that always come back 3 times threefold. When you are giving out kindness, that comes back threefold. If you spew hate, that comes back threefold.
Right.
You know, they say death comes in threes, and that's because
Threes.
it's all up that number 3. Death comes in threes. When they say things like that, it's because that number 3 is that half of that infinity sign. So it's all about doing your part, pretty much. That's basically what all of these aspects of spirituality, all of these aspects of religion are saying. Do your part. Once you do your part, the universe grants whatever it is that you want, because you are putting yourself on that higher frequency. It's when it becomes imbalanced
Mhm.
that the negative karma comes back into, you know. So when it comes to using the rule of 3 in Wicca, always remember, whatever you give out will come back to you times that beautiful number 3.
When you talked about the breakdown of how the 3 is shaped, because 3, because it's curves, it's a feminine number, and so is 8,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's funny we say karma's a bitch. If you look at the 8, it's 2 3s put together, but a reflection.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reflection. So what you get on the other side is a reflection of what you did on this side.
Yep.
If you notice, karma hits some people a little more than others sometimes. If you notice, certain people who are
Mm-hmm.
connected with the 3, who are connected with the 8 frequency, certain people who are a part of astrological signs that are connected with the 3, with the
Yeah.
8 frequency, karma tends to come back around kind of quick, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
When you think of some of the signs that are connected with the number 3, like Pisces, like Sagittarius, like I would also even throw in there to some degree Virgo and Gemini because of the Mercury energy. You feel
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Those the karma comes back around very quick, and it's infinite, it's ongoing. So when you make peace with the things that you have done, you are clearing some of that karma because it's
Yes.
it goes around, comes around. If you notice, an 8 doesn't stop.
At all.
Other, like you look at a 7, it's boom, boom, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
An 8 is
And
you look
no
at
matter what way you keep trying to go, it's still an 8. It's
it.
still an 8.
Yes, you could flip it upside down because it's all about self-reflection. And when you look at certain astrological signs like Pisces, because Pisces will get it hard.
Mm.
Pisces is the symbol of the 2 fish swimming in 2 opposite directions, similar to yin and yang. It deals with self-reflection. Geminis will get it hard. Geminis are the symbol of the twins, self-reflection. Even Cancers,
Yeah.
because it's the 6 looking thing and the 9 looking thing, similar to the Pisces, dealing with self-reflection. So when you come in contact with some of these astrological signs at different parts of your life journey, hi, Cinnamon. You see, this one done went to sleep. When you come in contact with these signs at different parts of your life, these people are here to teach you lessons, and they are here to reflect something that you are giving off.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you are giving off there. It's all about self-reflection. That's why if you notice, a lot of Cancers can't be too arrogant. They can't brag because life will hit you real. You know, as a Cancer, I'm a Cancer too.
Man,
You
listen.
try to flex and be like, you're gonna get humbled.
Real quick.
You're
See,
like,
with
I'm
me, I have
humbled. One
with
time I
me,
told my horse.
with me, it's that damn Capricorn rising. See, my Cancer could be,
But that's 8.
that Capricorn rising will
That's
humble
8.
you. It humbles me quick. I had to, one of the aspects I really had to learn in my journey was, I remember telling my mentor, because one of the first things, shout out to Britt, my mentor told me was to control my mouth. That was the first thing she told me to do. Like, there would be times when I would say certain things. She'd be like, girl, your mouthpiece. And I'll be like, what? And she'd be like, you have to be careful what you say. And I'll be like, what you mean? And it's true. A lot of the things that I would say would come to like fruition, even when it came to like my thoughts. I'll give y'all a funny story. One day my brother pissed me off highly. He was supposed to come pick me up from school. And it started like snowing. And you know, in New York, the snow is crazy. And I remember I was so pissed off. I said, I hope your goddamn car shuts off. He said all he did was park. And mind you, it was a brand new car. He had just got that car. No mileage, no nothing. He was like, my car shut off. Come to find out, he had a hole in his engine. He was like, you did that. I was like, no, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. That's why you have to be in control of your mouth, especially as a woman, and not even just as a woman, as a spiritual being, and as someone who, daggone it, my cat keep touching this thing, as a spiritual being, but also someone who, because like they say, there's a saying that I've heard before. I don't even know where specifically it comes from, but they say something like a witch would know. What an angry witch or something like that is like dangerous, or like a witch with no guidance is dangerous, something along those lines, where it kind of means that, because we don't realize, like we said, how we bind ourselves and how we free ourselves with our words, and how we do this to other people.
Right.
When you speak on your children or other people's children, you ain't gonna be shit. You
Those
are
are words
hexing them and don't even know you are. And that's gonna come right back around to you, because then you're gonna mess around and your kids ain't gonna be shit, or you ain't gonna be shit, or your grandkids ain't gonna be shit, because it's going to come back around. You see? Right. Why you don't wish ill things on other people and their children. Now, I believe that there's a balance in that, where you have a right to defend yourself. That's different.
Of course, yes.
But if you are just casting these things out, there's one of these tarot readers that I like. She's Haitian, and I actually encountered her through another tarot reader that I like on YouTube. Tarot reader, one of my favorites, Queen Couple, who's also a Cancerian. And the Haitian one was talking about Jazz. That's her name. Jazz was talking about how she was so angry about something. She got into some altercation with somebody, argument or something in Haiti, and she got so angry. And she started praying, and that person somehow burned down. She didn't know how to properly use her power at that time. And so she was so angry, and she was praying, and she was by like one of her dead relatives' gravesite or something like that. And something happened where there was a fire for that person who she got in that argument with. So you have to be very wise with things like that. You have to be wise with the power, because now that we're telling this to you, if this is new information, you now are held accountable and responsible for what you do with it. Once you have knowledge of things, you are responsible with how you handle it. And if you're going to handle it this way or that way, however way you choose to handle it, that law of attraction, you're going to attract things to you. You feel me? You on mute, as. But it brings me to this question, because somebody said in the comments they manifested their husband, right? So I wanted to ask you, have you ever used it? What have you manifested? Do you recall any experiences? Y'all can type it in the chat where you use the law of attraction, and what did you manifest? One person in the comments said they manifested their husband, which is very, very possible.
Oh, okay. Fasting husbands.
I like a young MA. Ooh. Well, yes. The law of attraction, we attract things all the time, and have this affinity that comes to us and goes away, and different things. I know I've manifested. Well, before I even get into that, as you guys are typing in the comment section, we're going to go to the next question, right? So right now we're asking the audience, have you ever used the law of attraction? What have you manifested? You can share whatever story you feel comfortable with, or whatever, tidbits you want to put in there, how you manifested things and so forth. I remember there was a time where I was so heavily, there was these numbers that were following me, and I was so heavily invested in the numbers because I had left numerology and astrology alone for years, and then I came back to it. And there was times where I would look at the address of a place that I had an interview for. I said, I'm going to get that job because the synchronicities with the numbers. I'm going to get that job. I already got the job in my head. I got the job. And sure enough, I'm just sitting there listening, wait for the offer. Okay, well, thank you. I'm going to get back to you by tomorrow. Knowing damn well I was the job. Knowing damn well I was like, yes, 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 I did it. But you know what I mean? Just there's so many different ways that you use the law of attraction and manifest things. Sometimes you manifest and attract things through your fears. We're going to get into that soon. So, how can the law of attraction benefit us? How does that benefit us, as?
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know exactly how it benefits us.
You said this is common sense.
It's the circle of life. No, all jokes aside, it is literally the circle of life. It is literally the circle of life. The law of attraction is kind of like the food chain, if you really want to think about it. Yes. It's literally like the food chain. Whatever you, remember what we said, whatever you digest, ingest, anything that you put in is what you're going to get out. So when it comes to the law of attraction and benefiting, it can benefit us in both ways. Because for me, I feel like nothing is ever bad. Everything is a lesson. So it can benefit you karmically or it can benefit you abundantly. You kind of just take your pick at that, you know? I feel like it benefits us in different ways because not only does it help us benefit us on the physical realm, but the spiritual realm as well. Getting into that high frequency, getting into that higher self. Tapping into that emotion. I know a lot of water signs, we manifest emotionally.
Yes.
We manifest emotionally. Air signs, they manifest intellectually. Right? Fire signs, passionately.
Oh, yeah, that fire.
Listen.
We make.
I think Earth, when they are more so, I feel like Earth signs more so manifest the physical more. And the physical more. Because they are near more so of the grounding and the earthing, like you were saying when you talk to a plant. And a matter of fact, we'll bring that. You know how we used to say how our grandmothers used to have growing hands? When it comes to your hair? Because they were able to manipulate it and they were able to do certain things with your hair. That's another form of manifestation as well. You get me? Talking to you. I remember one time I was combing my hair. My friend was like, "Oh my gosh, you're combing your hair so rough. Stop treating it like that." And I was like, "It's just hair." And she's like, "It's never going to grow if you do that." You have to water. She said, it also depends on your chart. Like, I'm a cat, but my chart is mostly fire. So
that's true. That is very true.
That is definitely true.
But here's the thing now. Even if our chart is mainly fire, water, earth, air, we're still all connected with all the elements. You may just manifest better with fire. You see what I'm saying? Because your chart is primarily fire, but we go through all the seasons and all the signs so we can learn the alchemy of using all the elements. You feel me? So when we're in the air sign season, you might be I might be, say, for example, all water and earth. But that air, when we go through those air elements, the air is teaching us things about how to use it, how to use the gift and the magic of the air. Just like the water does the same thing. The earth does the same thing. So even though we human beings, we categorize ourselves, and we all do this. I do this myself. We categorize ourselves. At the end of the day, there is a level where we are all the same. There is a level where we are all the signs, where we are all the elements. And all the signs and all the elements and all the houses and all the numbers come to teach us different things, because even in numerology, you go through every single number cycle throughout your life multiple times.
Mhm.
You could be in the 1 cycle, then you end up in the 2 cycle, then you in the 3 cycle, then you're in the 4, and you keep going and you get to 10, which is back to 1. Or you go through those 11 cycles. Like I'm in an 11 cycle right now. And the 11th cycle is very powerful, but it also deals with a lot of trickery and fuckery and lying and deception. And so some of these things I have to know gonna come my way. Sometimes I forget until the experience happens, and I'm like, oh, duh, I'm in 11th cycle. That's why that happened that way, and I have to analyze it. You know what I mean?
Ashley
But
said, people hate on other signs when all are one in a sense. Yeah.
because the thing is knowledge can be dangerous if it's misused, and people get a little bit of knowledge and misuse it. And when they misuse it, that comes from ignorance and that comes from lack of wisdom.
Right.
You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you ain't wise with that shit, it don't really mean much. You just look smart.
That reminds me of a Bible story. Who was it? Was it Joseph? I think it was something in the Bible where it was a Bible story, and they were talking about I think God was giving gifts, and I think one person asked for like material, the other person asked for something else, but I think it was Joseph who asked for wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was asked why he asked for wisdom, he said, because I can maintain and get all of these physical things. I can get this stuff. I can get the lands, the crops, but if I don't have the wisdom to keep it, I'm gonna just be, I would rather have wisdom. I would rather have wisdom, because if I have wisdom, I can get all of these things. But if I don't have the wisdom to keep it, or the wisdom to maintain it, or the wisdom to at least try to gather it all together, it means nothing.
Right.
So I think it was Joseph, if I'm correct. Don't quote me on it. He asked for wisdom.
Right.
And ruled very, very, very wise. A lot of he ruled very, 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 very long nations because of the wisdom that he had. So when it comes to learning these things, especially when it comes to, I always tell people, when you're starting your spiritual journey, don't jump into the magic part. Research. Get to know numerology, get to know astrology, get to know these laws. The first thing you do
is
when you come into London, but here's the thing: what people don't understand is the magic doesn't work if you don't study the stuff.
Or if it does, it works recklessly. And it will make you, it will bind you and put you in more shit.
Then you don't even want to be there.
Stuff that you don't, and you like, how the hell do I get out of this? And you made me think of Kabbalah. Kabbalah. I think I always call it Kabbalah, but I was watching something and reading something, and it was like, oh, it's pronounced Kabbalah. I said, okay.
Oh, wow.
Something with Kabbalah, with the tree of life. There's different levels that you go on through the life journey, through spirituality, to get to the higher levels of the tree of life. And when you go to the highest levels of the tree of life, that's when you're the closest to God or creation, or you kind of become one with it, with him or her, you believe, right? So there's different levels in spirituality, just like everything else. There's different levels, there's different layers. Even with the metaphysics, there's different levels, there's different layers with the numbers, with the signs. What you made me think of also is when you were talking about how the earth signs manifest, it made me think of in the tarot, in the traditional tarot, the pentacles. The pentacles represent the earth signs, but it represents usually material, physical world. Right? It represents good question. We're gonna go to that next. It represents the physical world things, right? You want the car, you want the house, you want the wife, you want the husband. The what we look at as typically success in the physical world, and a lot of earth signs
they get it,
manifesting.
They get it. Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
You see? Someone asked, Ashley Ruffin asked, how do y'all feel about Christianity? So, you want to answer that, Ahzzy, for me?
I'm a Christian, so
Ahzzy's a Christian.
I
I am
am.
not a Christian. And I have friends from all walks of life, people that I'm cool with that are occultists, that are atheists, that are Muslim, that are Christian, that are pagans, that are everything. Ifa, Santeria, all of that shit. I don't have any particular major issue with Christianity. I have more of an issue with personally, I have a personal issue with organized religion. But I think that there's a lot of beautiful things that can be learned through Christianity, through Islam, through many different paradigms. And I look for the commonalities in it all. So even though I am not a Christian, I have absolutely no problem going to church. I have no problem reading the Bible. I have no problem of quoting Bible scriptures if it resonates with me during that time, the same way that I will do the Quran, the same way that I will do the Upanishads and the Vedas, like all of that stuff. Same way I will do the occult shit. So it is all teaching the same lessons, and there's divinity that can be found, and beauty and messages to help us get through the life journey. We got to stop with division as human beings, because we create these divisions, and my way is the right way, that way's wrong. And I remember when I first got into a deeper level of consciousness, I went through that stage. I feel like there's levels of consciousness that we go through, right? I went through that stage of hating religion, of hating Christianity, of hating Islam. And then I had to realize there's so many beautiful things in these religions as well. There's so many beautiful lessons that can help you. When you're going through distress, you don't have to be a Christian to say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, to empower yourself. That is a very powerful spell. And a lot of these books are books of spells. People don't realize that is
Because
a very...
they don't study. They don't study. They don't study.
Right. They don't. They regurgitate what they've been told, as opposed to researching. And when you study, it doesn't only have to come from the book. You can also get spiritual and intuitive downloads and uploads. What does your spirit say? Because for me personally, I've learned to operate more on spirit and feeling, especially as a water sign. That is one of my strengths. I don't always need proof to know something ain't right. If I feel, especially as a Cancer, if I ain't feeling it, you know how we are. We ain't feeling it, we like, nah.
Be like, nah. She says Christians talk about going to hell when you aren't a believer in Christianity. The same way that I feel about spirituality when people tell me that you can't be Christian and practice spirituality. The same exact way. I think the reason as to why we pinpoint Christianity so much is because a lot of us came from that background. But I feel like in almost every religion, there is some form of, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. Like we were talking about the law of attraction. If you don't put out good, you ain't going to get good back. If you don't, so it's literally, for me, because I have studied deeper into Christianity and what it really is as a religion. You have to understand, anytime you put people in a religion, just how we put people in spirituality, there is always going to be a couple that's going to ruin the batch. There's always going to be a couple. For me, I feel like if Christianity is your walk, then walk it, right? But when you walk it, don't listen to the regurgitated stuff. Like for me, when I first came into spirituality, if I did not have my Christian basis where I knew to walk in what it is, what I needed to walk in, I would be regurgitating the same exact nonsense that people are today. Right. You get me? In my spiritual journey, once I started, I got to meet a lot of people. I remember I met someone who practiced hoodoo, and they were saying something about Damballa, and they say that Damballa is supposed to be the devil, when actually it's just another word for God.
But also they play on words, a lot of these things.
It's
because
just another word for God.
The people that read it, like when they say Lucifer,
right? If
Lucifer
you don't
means the light bearer.
If you don't study, I tell people, if you are going to be walking in any type of purpose, any type of form of spirituality, it doesn't even have to be religion.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand, in hoodoo, we work with archangels. Archangels are in the Bible.
Right.
You get me? So everything kind of comes full circle. And that's what people have to understand. Of course, there are people in my Christianity life that's like, oh, what you're doing is horrible. And I go, well, you just ain't study enough. Right. You just ain't study enough. You didn't read enough. You get me?
It's
so when
all
it comes to, right, it's all connected. When it comes to this, it is all connected. Especially, like I said, in the spirituality realm, there's a lot of regurgitated things that are not true. And when you study these things, you'll realize, oh my God, all of this is just one big piece of pie. One big piece of pie. Everybody gets a slice. Everybody is equal. And it's all about reaching that higher level of consciousness, whether it be Christ consciousness. If you look at every religion, they have some form of entity, God, or something that is pure, that has that pure sense of this is what you should be like, that pure example of what you should be like or how you should walk in things. So when it comes to that, I feel like I said, Christians aren't the only people who say that you're going to hell. I've been in spirituality for a very long time. I've had people tell me that, I'm going to end up certain ways because I'm still in the Christian. Listen, it goes very far. Okay, it goes very far. It's not just in Christianity. It's everywhere.
Right. Everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I think that's also a fear-mongering tactic to control people for me personally.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the traditional heaven and hell personally, but I know that a lot of people do. So when people post someone who passed away, I say things like, happy heavenly birthday, because I know that person believes in that and that gives them a sense of peace and respect of their belief. You feel what I'm saying? I don't believe I believe your relationship with a higher being or whatever you believe in. I believe spirituality is a personal relationship. It's not for anyone to necessarily approve. It's what you feel intuitively and what you are guided to. And there was a time when I was very strictly Muslim. There was a time when I wanted to go into Christianity. There was a time I wanted to go into Santeria and Ifa. And even though I looked into all of these things, Buddhism, Taoism, all of these things at different parts of my life, because I was trying to find what felt right to my soul and spirit. And eventually I let all of that go. And life eventually led me into nature, which I later found out was a part of my bloodline to be into nature.
Which is why I tell everybody to find your spiritual path.
Right.
Find your spiritual path. You do not have to go through what everybody else is going through right now. You don't even have to be in hoodoo. There are so many different forms of spirituality. You just have to find what fits for you.
Yes.
And what you have to understand also about the Christian aspect of hell and heaven is when you do the good deeds, and when you do this, that, and the third, you live in the land of paradise. That's literally the frequencies as well. People don't understand that when it comes to Christianity. The heaven that we talk about is that paradise, that paradigm that you live in when you do good, when you are on that high frequency, when you are in that high Christ-like frequency, right? And hell is everything. When you do these bad deeds, when you do these bad things, it's not a form of controlling. It's what you get. What we say, what you get is what you put out. So when you put out the negative, when you put out, you get damnation. When you put in the good and you put in the stuff that you are supposed to put in, like a lot of people have these issues of the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments ain't nothing but the universal laws remix.
For the laws of my art. Remix.
Oh,
the laws came before that. remixed. One book I would recommend for the audience is look up a book called The World's 16 Crucified Saviors. It's the same story
Say
of an
all over.
immaculate conception and a crucified savior from all around the world in different times. So, I believe in practicing a level of no judgment.
Right.
Because if it works for that person and that person is a good person, it has nothing to do with me approving or not approving. If that's what they believe, then that's what they believe. As long as they're not causing self-harm or harming other people, I ain't got no problem with it. There's
Absolutely.
people who I've met who were Satanists, who are proud Satanists. That's not my thing. But at the same time, it's funny because they were heavily into the occult, these two people in particular, but they were afraid of me for all the Indian chanting and shit I was doing. I'm up there shaking the rain stick in prayer, and I had all of these indigenous dolls and stuff on my altar. Scared
Because
the
even the occult is a form of, people don't know, but it's a form of Christianity.
I believe it though, because they all are variations of each other. It's kind of like how we speak English, right? But English is spoken different in different places, but it's all from the root English. So a British person doesn't speak English the same way an American does, but they're both speaking English. A Southerner speaks different than a Northerner. A East Coast person may say different terms than a West Coast person, but we're all speaking English at the end of the day. And English itself is comprised of multiple languages that it has stolen from. German, French, indigenous words, all kinds of stuff that they done told. And Ashley Ruffin wanted to know, how do you figure it out? For me personally, my solution to that is go with what your spirit and your intuition is telling you and guiding you to. Me personally, I believe that heaven and hell is here. I believe we create our own heaven or hell in this realm. But that's just my own personal belief. But I don't knock anyone else's belief, and I respect everyone else's beliefs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't got no problem with it. It don't have to be what I believe. But I believe the way you figure it out for yourself is a lot of introspection, a lot of soul searching. Ask your dead relatives who you were cool with to guide you. Ask yourself, your higher and your lower self, to guide you. And intuitively go with what feels right with your spirit. What makes your spirit feel at peace versus what doesn't sit right with your spirit. A lot of times you have people who are a part of religions or specific traditions, and they'll go, oh, that isn't right because under this we believe this, and under Yoruba we believe this and that. Listen, sometimes people are fighting so hard because they're trying to make themselves believe what their spirit and heart really don't truly believe.
She said that relatives, how I do that. It's all in learning, baby girl.
But in the beginning, we talked about everything being energy, and energy never dies. You learned that in science. Your dead relatives are still existing in a different realm, but you can connect with them and talk to them. Because they are energy. They are still existing. Only the physical body is gone.
The same way that you go and light a candle for your dead relatives is the same way that you can go and say a prayer and speak to them. It starts from there.
People speak to them at the grave and act like it's something foreign.
That's literally where it starts from. Where do you think these traditions came from? These traditions didn't come from, like just out of the air. Even like in Christianity, when we it's funny, I had to explain this to somebody the other day. Somebody was talking about how Christians say that hoodoo, this, that, and the third is bad, and how sacrifices is bad, but in the Bible is nothing but sacrificing lambs, humans, bodies.
The sacrifices, the rituals,
and all of those things. It is literally hoodoo.
You can't tell me by eating the blood and body of somebody is not a ritual.
Sacrificing the lambs. That's a ritual.
The sacrificial lamb.
sacrificial in the beginning. See, people, if they actually took time to actually read the Bible, they would know it ain't no damn difference.
Right.
The book of Proverbs, the book of Psalms, these are all things that people practice in Hoodoo, the Yoruban countries, in African spirituality. They use those scriptures. They use those things to use as incantations, and they use those things to use as spells and what to say over. It's so easy. It is so easy. The things that you think are bad are not actually bad. And if you run into a person who say it's bad, just tell them, shh, pick it up. Just tell them God bless you. Just tell them God bless you. God bless you. You know how the church mother used to insult you, and it was just like, God bless you.
God bless
you. Look, she was telling you fuck off, but she was saying,
listen, them old church ladies, they know they was some root work. If I knew something about some root work, when people say something and they don't agree with it, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. That's like a return to sender.
Literally.
It is in the name of Jesus. Or when the Muslims go, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. You're rebuking, you're blocking whatever energy someone is throwing your way. That is a form of root work, honey.
Yeah.
That is a form of root work, and you are commanding your power back when you rebuke. Nope, I'm not going to let you speak that over me. That's how root work works against people.
What Miss Seeley said
will be over yours.
What Miss Seeley said.
Until you don't look at me.
You do right by me.
Everything you even think about is gonna crumble. You know that's my movie. I think I wrote the script. Girl, I've been watching that movie since I was a kid. Did I ever ask you for anything? I never asked you for anything. I never asked you for not of your sorry ass hand in marriage. And then here goes fucking Oprah Winfrey like this. Send that chair. To death. And I want to thank you, Miss Seeley, because that day I was in the store, I was feeling mighty bad.
No, mine is
help me. You Now here's the thing: the flip side of the law of attraction. We're going to get into that. The flip side of it that we don't always talk about. Can the law of attraction attract negativity to us? Absolutely. Because it's what frequency you're operating on, what you are energetically giving off. So let's say, for example, Miss Seeley. She didn't deserve the abuse, but because she had such poor self-esteem,
right.
The flip side is she energetically attracted the misuse, not even realizing that. She didn't even realize or know that until she got older and learned to take her power back and learn to stand up for herself. You're old, you're ugly, you're black, you're nothing. But I'm here. I may be old, I may be black, I may even be ugly, but I'm here. I'm here for a reason. And I'm not going to let you speak that against me. We energetically attract things positive and negative through the law of attraction. I remember my last ex-fiance, girl, I manifested that man out of loneliness and desperation and horniness. I was lonely. I was horny. And I was desperate because I wanted partnership desperately. And I remember crying and praying because I've been waiting on this man. I manifested. I'm like, where the fuck is he? And here come this guy. And it's funny because he kind of, it makes me laugh because he kind of favored Tupac. And I always had a thing for Tupac. So, you know, that drove me crazy. But
I'm pretty sure it did.
But
look, Ginger even said, cut it out.
But that's how you know it wasn't what I had asked for. You know what I mean? It wasn't what I had asked for. Wilma Jackson, you don't have to be here, honey. You don't have to be here. You
We're
can
gonna
take
go and ignore that anyway.
yeah, Girl Destroyer. Bye-bye. Anyway, but yeah. So I mean, you can definitely attract the negative as well as the positive because it's all energy, and universal law, karma, all of these things are unbiased. They don't care what you look like. They don't care how tall you are. They don't care your complexion. They don't care if you're a woman or a man. They deal with everybody the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Opposites are one and the same. Are one and the same, just a different frequency. So they understand that it's all together. Oh, here go Phoenix. Hey, girl.
Hola, ¿cómo está, ladies?
Bien, ¿y usted?
Yeah, look, now I don't know it like that. How y'all doing? I'm sorry I'm late, y'all.
No, it's all right. Life happens. We're almost done. No, we just have a little bit more we're going through. The last part, or if did you want to add anything to that, Ahzzy or Phoenix?
Law of attraction attracts negativity to us. Absolutely, because what we said about earlier in the first question. Whatever it is that you put out is what you get. And not only that, make sure that you are ready for your manifestation or ready to go through what you need to go through in order to get that manifestation. And a lot of the times we think that the law of attraction can attract negativity to us. And honestly, I feel like it's not attracting anything that's not inside of you. A lot of the times let's talk about the relationships. A lot of the times we say, how did I get this man? Because those hidden aspects that you don't show nobody. Right. You know, everybody is a reflection of who you are. So and it doesn't have to be in the exact way that the other person shows up. Like the person can be a manipulator when it comes to love, right? But you can be manipulative when it comes to work. When it comes to family,
or you when it comes emotionally to manipulative.
Emotionally
manipulative. A lot of people empaths end up with narcissists because the empath is usually emotionally manipulative.
Yeah.
So it goes. It's like it's a very wide range when it comes to. For me, I don't feel like anything is negativity. I just feel like it's hidden parts of us that we hide. I feel like when it comes to our manifestations, especially the things that we manifest, because remember we said that three, that mind, body, soul, right? You can hide what's on the surface, but you're always gonna attract what's inside. So the next time you get yourself into a relationship and you like, what are you? Because where are you showing up like that in your aspects of life? For me, I was with a narcissist and I didn't realize how narcissistic I can be when it comes to my workplace.
Pull those traits out of you.
Okay. And because I felt like I wasn't being a narcissist in a relationship, I felt like, well, damn, I don't deserve this, but I did. I did. I'm going to let Phoenix add on.
I mean, well, you know, energy travels, whatever type of energy you put out, and that's pretty much what the law of attraction is anyways, right? What energy you put out is pretty much the energy that you get back. So of course you can attract negativity with the law of attraction. What are you focusing on? What are you giving your energy to? What are you feeding? But don't be teasing me with y'all cats. Hey, right.
Say hi, your friend Cinnamon is on the screen.
So, you know, of course, negativity can be pulled in, drawn in, and attracted to you. I mean, you're going to deal with magnetism and radiation throughout. You know, the energy, y'all are something else. They talk. Look at it like brothers.
You're like brothers, right? We're brothers. Look up Marlon say cheese. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry,
I think
Phoenix.
ways, you guys are good. I think ways to make sure that you are not pulling in negative energy is to check yourself, check your thoughts, do some positive reinforcement, correct them with the opposite type of affirmation. So you have a negative thought, take a moment to correct it, take a moment to say, oh, wait, no, hold on. That ain't the right thought. You know what I'm saying? Y'all so silly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You started talking. He said, "Hi, Phoenix." How did you want to be on the camera?
Yeah, we good, Chris.
Oh,
Not the orange. I
good.
know we both got orange cats. Ain't that some shit?
Uh-huh.
Both got orange cats.
I keep
This one
seeing
is-
a gray cat in my house.
I want to bring it down, but I want to bring it down too low because I don't want y'all to see my kurika. I don't want you to see my kurika. I don't want you to see my kurika, Stevie. Who's that?
Not the orange cats.
Yeah.
I know. They got a lot to say. We hear both of them in the background. It's not your show.
Phoenix, like, leave me alone because I ain't got my cat.
You gonna have her cat next
Right,
now. You gotta fulfill the trio. You gotta get an orange one.
Yeah.
And that's what my daughter wants. My daughter wants the orange cat.
See, daughter knows. Daughter knows. She's in tune.
She's in tune with the orange energy, the sacral energy.
Yeah.
My daughter's right. Sure.
Just make sure it's not. Look, make sure it's not a Scorpio, because this one right here, I'll be ready to fight him.
You don't keep coming for Scorpios like that. You know, in the NRC, I got something for you.
All the time.
Listen, she come for
all
Scorpios.
The time.
You be coming for them. All of us be coming for the Libras. I be coming for them Aquariuses.
I try not to talk about them like that. I try really hard.
I don't like the Geminis. I come for the Scorpios and the Geminis.
No, honestly though, I don't like Cancers.
Really?
Men.
Oh, the men. That's fine. No, that's fine.
No,
the men, that's fine.
The men are a whole nother breed.
The men are a whole different.
That's why
they be talking about Scorpios and Cancer. That's the best connection. No, the hell it ain't.
Listen, if my soulmate is a Cancer man,
I'm running for life.
Utterly shocked because me and Cancer men.
They ain't it.
It has to be an evolved Cancer man. That's like really in like on some.
I wouldn't even want the evolved Cancer man.
I just don't want it. You a Cancer? Sorry, boo, it ain't gonna work. But you a no, sorry.
It depends how he handles certain things.
No.
If, for example, we look at 50 Cent, he may be a kind of a clown or a jokester, but he handles his business when it comes to business. In that sense, he seems very mature. So, like, if it's a mature,
yeah, but I'm pretty sure 50 Cent.
Myra said it.
I'm sure he has a story. Huh?
Amira said it. She said, "Me either. No more Cancer men for me. I'm good."
Yeah,
and there's some fine ones, but I'll be like, I don't want to deal with your.
But you know what? I feel like that about Scorpio men. I feel like Scorpio men are just.
But see, I had the most fun with a Scorpio man. I mean, it become what it became, but I had a good time. I can't say I didn't.
Yeah, you had a good time on your way. Look, you had a good time on your way to hell, didn't you? You had a good time
on your way to hell.
You had a great time on your way to hell, didn't you?
Hell yeah, let's go.
The ruler underworld. You already know.
You want to do something? Yep, let's do it. Let's
go. I'm running from one.
I used to be in love with this Scorpio man.
Good luck.
He became my boyfriend when I was like 18. And I just knew we was going to be together forever. And I held that love in my heart for about 10 years. He's a hot ass mess. But and you know what? He kind of, to me, he favored Mekhi Phifer. I always used to have it. I don't know why I get these guys that sometimes favor celebrities, and then I don't like the celebrity the same way anymore. I do it too. But I used to have a thing for Makai Pfeiffer. He kind of favored Makai Pfeiffer. He was tall and chocolate. And I just loved to be that man. Like nobody compared in my head for the longest time. When I look back, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
Shit, I look back at my Scorpio and go, what the hell was I did thinking? You is not the only one. I should have listened to my gut when my gut said, bitch, fly.
They be in different places than they so like the one that I had a lot of fun with, we were just carefree. We didn't care about nothing. We were just, you know what, let's do it. All right.
A lot of your Scorpios are like that.
Yeah, but then there are those who are just, you know, they want to be those that play the field, the freaks and all that stuff. So they want to have this one, that one, that one, that one, this one, and then be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Who? Yeah.
But see, as a Cancer female, because they're so used to getting away with it with them other damn females, that when they meet the Cancer female, it's like, oh shit.
You call bullshit quick.
And you know what's funny? No lie, I called bullshit the first
even
time.
The sweet Cancer.
I called, but you know what? They're so good at charming that it's like.
Who? The Scorpios?
Oh, yes, they're very good at it. They get charmed by those damn Scorpios. They are very
I don't find them very charming. I don't see through their charm.
There gotta be a reason why you let that man
we people like that. I'm sorry, I don't need to talk about Libras. We're not gonna talk about Libras today. Never mind, because y'all dogged Libras real bad last night on my show. Y'all did Libras dirty.
Listen,
y'all.
I mean, they are the liars of the zodiac. I'm just saying.
They say a couple of signs of the liars, but
no.
Right, a few signs.
No.
They call them lion Libras. I think a lot of Pisces men are liars.
Let me tell you something. My best friend is a Libra.
Can we talk about arrogant Leos?
My best friend is a Libra, and it's funny because she knows she ain't shit. She'll tell you herself.
Ooh.
I ain't shit. Like she will tell you herself one of these days.
She's an evolved Libra.
She will tell you, like, I know I ain't shit and I don't care. Like, it just is what it is. Oh, I don't like them Leo moons, girl. Go ahead.
I'm a Leo moon.
We know.
I am proud of my lioness self.
We know. We know.
Oh, but that Aquarius sun and Leo moon is opposites.
No, she said Aquarius rising.
Oh, rising. Okay,
yeah,
I thought it was Aquarius sun and Leo. Oh, but then you come across different than how you are deep inside. But that's a whole nother. But let me tell you, I never found the Scorpio man to be. I don't think that I recall too charming. There was another one that I had who was just very wicked. He was like the worst side of it.
Oh, that's possible.
He was like
I'm
the
gonna
worst.
tell you now. They operate more on their dark side.
Like listen, he's like people need to really walk the earth in
their
my head.
higher self to like the devil in like a matter of a year.
Oh,
he went to like, look, listen, he went.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. His higher self. Oh my God, I want to marry you.
Think of it like this. When you're dealing with a Scorpio, think of it this way, okay? So you're dealing with Anubis energy, right? The wall you can traverse on the realm of the living, the realm of the dead. So you're on both sides. You embrace your light, you embrace your dark. Some embrace their light, some embrace their dark. Some are more balanced.
Oh, she's
a lot are not balanced.
No, Aquarius Sun, Leo Moon, correction.
Should have corrected. Libra rising. Oh, that air, boy.
Well, I can't say that because I'm all air too. So
Listen, how about we do this to balance this out? Let's give a compliment and dog every sign in order. Something good and something fucked up about that sign. So let's start with Aries. Let's start with Aries. Yeah, I want to start?
Hot-tempered, ride or die friends.
Yes.
They'll be in the jail cell with you. Okay, they're gonna be with you. Yeah,
they sure would. There's so many things I could say. I'm just like, damn.
I'm sitting here trying to think.
I'm trying to sum it up.
Unaccountable.
I think you said
unaccountable. Unaccountable.
No, you can rely. I think you can rely on an Aries. One.
No, not unaccountable as in that, but like when it comes to the action. when it comes to their actions.
You can rely on the Aries.
Wow.
You usually really tight with the Aries. Aries gonna tell you like it is. Something bad about Aries.
They don't hold themselves accountable.
They're gonna tell you what they're gonna tell you like it is.
They don't hold themselves accountable, but they're self-aware.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is that if they are full of shit, they know it and they will own it and be like, well, that's me. They do that, and Sagittarius do that a lot too. They'll be like, well, this is me. I just look, I like to drink. What the
but
fuck
see, Sagittarius do it in a condescending way, in a condescending and self-destructive way if they're not evolved.
To me, all the fire signs are if they're not evolved, they all are destructive. Or I mean, think of a fire. Fire spreads, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You know, everything burns.
I will say this: one of my best friends is an Aries, and he's pretty cool. We can go long time without talking and everything. When we come back together, it's like, hey, you good? You all right? You got what you need? Everything is straight, you know. And I like that about an Aries. I like that they have a sense of loyalty about them.
Some of my best male friends are Aries.
My cat is an Aries. He's the sweetest Aries.
What about Gemini?
He's so talkative and vocal.
We go in order. Taurus is next to then Gemini. What we got for Taurus? What's the strengths and the lump sum and the challenges with Taurus?
Taurus eat too goddamn much, and I'm just playing.
They always do. They move slow. They take their time and want to rush everybody else, but they ass move slow as hell. They take their time, and the whole world supposed to wait on them, but they'll rush everybody else, and they're very fucking stubborn. Very.
Yeah. That would be my complaint. But they're go-getters. You tell a Taurus,
lazy Taurus,
they go-getters. No, but even the lazy Taurus will have some type of stability. It's no such thing as not having. It's no such thing as not having no type of stability. They always have some
they like money.
And
they like snacks.
Yep.
They always eat it. They always eat it.
I'm a Taurus moon. I like to eat.
I was about to say, shut up, because she is always eating something. Something.
Ooh, me?
She's always
snacking. That's what we drink.
She's always snacking on something. Something is always, she's snacking on something.
it don't bother me none, honey. Shit. I'm a Cancer.
Gemini too, though.
You get along. Let me see.
I like my Taurus energy though, like real laid back, cool, and everything. And
they're very logical.
Yeah, I find that about myself. Yeah.
Taurus is very logical minded. Tauruses can be very thoughtful.
My
thoughtful friend. You can say that you like something one time, and a Taurus will remember, and if they care about you, they'll fuck around and get you that shit.
But they think they know everything.
Oh, of course.
Everything is their way.
Their hunches are always right. They swear their hunches is right, even when it's wrong. They be like, I knew it. I just knew it. You're like, no, you're wrong.
One day my son came up to me. He told me something, and I was like, where you get that from? Mom, I know everything. I said, you think so, huh? Okay. We shall see. You got a lot of growing to do, sir.
You're right.
I know everything.
Was that the youngest one?
No, my oldest is the Taurus.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I have Taurus, Leo, Gemini, and my daughter's a Capricorn.
You got a Taurus, a Leo, a Gemini, and a Capricorn. Lord of mercy. We're praying for you, Feet.
You know who my Gemini is, don't you?
Baby girl?
The youngest is my Gemini.
Oh, the youngest one.
Yes. Baba is the Gemini girl. And he's a Friday the 13th baby.
He's a charmer.
Mm-hmm.
He's very charming. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Let me see. Gemini. Okay.
Staying quiet.
In the lump sum. Staying quiet. No, because you want to go in.
Now don't be rolling your eyes.
I'm gonna start with the strengths.
Real quick.
You know, I come from casework background. I'm trying to start with the strengths first.
Well,
and then we
yeah.
tear it up. Then we tear that ass up. So the strengths. Geminis are a lot of times very innovative. A lot of them have a lot of energy.
Mhm.
A lot of Geminis, they have like a very futuristic way of thinking about things. They have like just this futuristic kind of mindset. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like they are ahead of their time in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
They can be all over the place though. All over the place.
Stop talking about.
Huh?
Stop talking about me.
They could be
But
all
see,
over.
that's because Geminis have that both side of
Geniuses.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the two polarities of the
Mhm.
twins. Because
Yeah.
they Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Okay, so my father is a Gemini. Girl, the things my mama said about him. They are brutally honest. Brutally honest at times. So it was like, look, I got this woman, that woman, this woman, and that woman. There ain't no way I ain't committed to none of them, and everybody know about everybody. So you don't like it, then you can
They
move
mouth
on.
get them in trouble
Yeah.
sometimes.
We're gonna go into our best friend Olga. So I never forget one day we was at the office and she was like talking to one of the doctor's wives, and they was laughing and she was like, "Yeah, the first time I met you, you were such a bitch." I said,
That's Gemini.
I said,
Think about it. They mouth get them in trouble because think about who's a Gemini. Left Eye, Tupac,
Mhm.
Biggie. Who else is a Gemini? Left Eye, Tupac, Biggie. It was somebody else I was thinking of that's also a Gemini.
"Oh, we
Kanye.
know Tupac. We know
Oh,
Tupac."
yeah.
And
That's what I call them. I call them Sour Patch Kids. Geminis
yeah,
are
they
Sour
kind of
Patch
are
Kids.
sour, but they sweet and
Sour Patch
sour.
Kids.
Yeah.
I love Geminis though. I don't work well with Gemini men because they're very fickle. And we have a hot and cold thing because the Gemini placements in me don't mix with the Gemini placements in them. So we have like this passionate connection in the beginning and then it dies.
Yes. Ooh, I can't stand you.
It's weird like that with me and Gemini men.
I don't like Gemini females.
You don't like Gemini females? Well, they always be trying to take somebody man. But no,
I
seriously.
don't like Gemini. I feel like they're very
That's what my grandma and my grandpa.
I don't like Gemini females. I feel like they're very want to know it all, but when you find out that they don't know it all, it's kind of like to the world they want to act like they're these secure prima donnas. And I don't know if it's the Capricorn or the Cancer in me that be like, "Bitch, we all know that you insecure. Cut it out."
That's the Capricorn.
But it's like, but you see, it's bad because I have Gemini all through my damn chart. It's all through my chart. Mars, Venus, it's all through my chart. But I think that with the Gemini females, it's just that like I said, I think it's the Capricorn and not just the Cancer as well too, because the Cancer in me is like, girl, I see through all your emotional scars. The Capricorn is like, bitch, please. It's like it's the polarity bad.
Drunken mess. I fucks with them. A lot of Geminis, even when they are hot, drunken mess. I fucks with them. Something about them. I just got a lot of love for them.
They annoy me so much.
They can be. You know who really annoy each other to me? Aries and Geminis. They annoy the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
Well, because Gemini tries to be the life of the party, and Aries is the
life of the party.
So it's like, bitch, you trying to steal my shine. And then it's like with the Leos, it's like a battle of the party girls. Like it's the battle of the damn party girls. Like you can't put a Gemini, a Leo, and an Aries together in one room. It's going
and for sure don't throw a Libra in there with them either. Because the Libra be trying to be the life of the party too.
Yeah, but Libra is
Libra's not as attention seeking though.
Right. Like a Libra could walk in the room and proclaim it. And those ones, they literally have to make a roar.
They don't have to try as hard, Libra.
Right. Like because remember, Libra is also a cardinal sign as well. So
Yeah.
they come in and they are the party. I think that's probably why my Cancer don't like their asses, because you got the eye, but you do not have the teeth.
You know what it is to be. Leos have that kind of mentality. Is he eating my aloe vera plant? He is chewing on my aloe vera plant. If you taste that bitterness, you ain't gonna like it.
It ain't gonna kill him. He be all right.
Let him taste the bitterness. Maybe he needed. Maybe his body needed or something.
This one all cuddled up near me.
Usually that's why they get drawn to certain plants.
I'm sorry.
A lot of Leos are spiritually in tune and can foresee things.
They can. To me, Leos can be kind of in their own. Leos can come, especially Leo women. They could come across kind of ditzy. To me, they can be kind of like space cadetish. You know what I mean? And I never realized
what I don't like about Leos. What I don't like about Leos, though, they act like they're kind of aloof. Like they try to act like they don't know what you're talking about all the time. You know that even the men, they well, huh? What you talking about? I don't know what you mean. You can be like, dude, I saw you yesterday. You were sitting at such and such and such and such with such and such on this at this time. I know because bus number 7 passed by.
No, but let me tell you the difference between a Leo and a Pisces and their denial. Leos, the denial is part of the act. Well, both of them is part of the act. With the Leos, though, they know exactly what to do. You pull them aside, they're like, yeah, I know it, but I don't care. I'm gonna make sure I get my way, kind of thing. And they'll pretend like they don't know shit, but they do it so they can get their way in a certain type, in a different type of way than a Pisces. Pisces is manipulative now, but they'll pretend like everything is like they just, oh, I didn't know, and be oblivious, and they'll keep doing the same shit. Leos try to pull a fast one. It's the difference. They both try to pull a fast one, but in a different way. Like a Leo do a more mindset.
They do more of a
that slick. It's like I'm that slick. I'm going to catch your ass because they have a clever thing. They want to be more clever than everyone else. They be like, I may not be the smartest, but I know I'm clever. Pisces.
Now I may not be the smartest, not the shade.
No.
Pisces will convince themselves.
No, but some Leos are, kind of like that. I may not be the smartest, but I'm clever.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Like they just. Pisces already got their own world in their head. They'll
get to the point where they don't convince themselves that their lies and the little make-believe stories and all that stuff is the truth. They're gonna stand by it, they're gonna stick to it, they're gonna say, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. It did happen like that. You remember such and such, and you'd be like, that did not happen. Right.
You climbed out the rainbow. The sky, you like, what?
That's Pisces.
That is Pisces. We don't want
that. Yes, they run stuff also at least. I feel like Leos, because they're not cardinal, they don't do a very good job at leading. They need somebody to organize them.
I think it depends on the Leo, because remember, they're the lion, right? If Leos balance the ego and the arrogance with the leader, because they're fire, they naturally have like a leadership quality to them a lot of times. If they balance the ego with the leadership quality, they are right. They could be good. And the thing about it, because they're fixed, they can create a system and get people to stick to it. Because they're fixed, they're stubborn. It has to go this way. It has to go this way. It has to go this way. I think that cardinal signs a lot of times can be some of the best leaders. But think about it. A Libra isn't always a good leader, and that's cardinal. An Aries isn't always a good leader, and they're cardinal. Because if it's a reckless Aries, anybody that's unevolved is fucked up.
Yeah, but I feel like with Leo's leadership, like you said, that because they're stubborn, it has to go this one way. And I think that sometimes in a leadership position, you have to understand that there are always exceptions.
Yeah, that's true. And they like the title of it. They like to.
Right, like they don't want to do the work. Like it's like
they can be very lazy.
They don't want to, like you said, they're the lion. They want to appear as the king of the jungle, but they got all the other animals working to go get their prey. It just don't make no damn sense.
But that's how do the dirty work. They don't gotta get their hands dirty. You do it.
You know, so it's kind of like, yeah, they like to keep their hands
out. That's the other thing. Leo has lots of groupies, lots of minions, lots of people to do things for him, lots of people to fall or blame or put everything on. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Who's next?
Who else? Look, we go into, wait a minute. We did Leo.
Gemini. We stopped at Gemini.
Cancer. And then we'll go into Virgo. Cancer. Lord have mercy.
I'll say they're intelligent.
We'll let the Scorpio start. The Cancer.
They're intelligent. They got some smarts on them. The bad thing, they think they know every goddamn thing and don't know how to shut up.
We the mother.
I feel that way about Scorpios. Y'all don't want to shut the fuck up. I really do.
You know, if you shut up, it's a problem. Trust me.
I really feel that way about Scorpios.
I can tell you now.
That's when they go to get
Scorpio, get quiet. You better be like,
I already know how y'all are when y'all get quiet.
That far.
Trust me when I say I've been dealing with a lot of them. I know how y'all are when y'all get quiet, and y'all gonna try y'all best to sting if y'all can. Okay, y'all gonna try y'all best, but see, the thing with y'all Scorpios, what y'all understand is Cancers have a very deep emotional bond, so we always about 1 or 2 steps ahead of y'all asses.
They be trying to say Scorpios are emotional. No, Cancers, woo!
Cancers and Pisces are probably the most.
Yes.
Out of all water signs.
My brother's a Cancer, my sister's a Pisces, and I'm in the middle.
Oh, you all of them. You've got all 3.
I gotta deal with
all 3 water.
Yeah.
Well, so I do. Because Addison is a Pisces. And my Addison is a Pisces, and my middle brother is a damn Scorpio.
And then I got we gonna have a problem.
And then I got 2 Sagittarius. How the fuck that? How did you survive? Are you okay?
No.
I just thought about it. I'm like, wait, are you okay?
You guys know, y'all know the personal stuff, so y'all know I'm not okay.
Lord have mercy.
We need to have a therapy.
I'm gonna tell you some shit. I'm a product of 2 Pisces parents. 2.
How did that work?
It didn't work. 2 people in their own world. And think about Pisces. We jumping around a little bit. Pisces are also ahead of their time, because to me, Pisces have a little bit of every sign in them because they're the last sign, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're ahead of their time. They're super fucking creative. Some of them are super fucking smart, brilliant, masterful. They have the capacity to be masterful and stuff, but they're an emotional fucking wreck. Oh my gosh.
They internalize everything. I mean, it could be the
struggle to get past
thing to the biggest thing, and it's just you can't tell them nothing. That's what it is, and that's
they go in their own world for safety. So imagine being a Cancerian child that's a product of 2 Pisces parents. I love my parents, however, 2 Pisces, one is in this world, one is in this world, and I'm trying to make sense of this shit. I'm like, what's going on? I'm confused. You know what I mean? And don't let a Pisces get into some drugs or some drinking. Lord have mercy, because they love that state of getting out of reality. They love that state of illusion. When they get into it, it's hard for them to get. They develop.
Cancers do too. Cancers do too. They think that it helps them balance their emotions, but it makes it worse, and they don't realize that.
Because then all the stuff all the residue and things underneath start to come to the surface with a Cancer. And they'll become worse.
My pain. Y'all see my pain.
Lord,
my brother's a Cancer, my sister's a Pisces.
Look. Oh, please. Look at the Scorpio victim, please.
Listen, I've been around them damn fish from Piscean fish.
Oh, please. You ain't right.
I got a Pisces uncle. I got a Pisces sister-in-law. I'm just like, I'm tired of them fish sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh. But the men are great in bed. The men.
You said Pisces?
The Pisces men are great in bed, honey.
I don't know.
The ones that I had.
Never had a Pisces.
I don't know. I stay away from Pisces. I stay away from Cancer.
That's why they talk.
I told you.
Because you know what it is? That water sign vibe all that water. You just
I will say,
we don't even gotta talk to each other, say things sometimes. We feel it. We just know.
I like the energy of Aquarius. Now I haven't dealt with an Aquarius, on that level, but we've had a friendship and kind of talked in that way. But look at Ahzzy, don't do that. Look, she's like, no.
Do it.
But they're very manipulative. Very.
They more than manipulative.
Mentally.
They are psychopaths.
My first was an Aquarius. First was an Aquarius.
I almost married one.
I almost hit that man in the head with an Amsterdam bottle. You know how hard an Amsterdam
A lot of Aquariuses have control issues. The men and the women.
Yes.
My mom's an Aquarius.
A lot of them have control issues. The men and the woman, and then they can be sensitive, but they so big on trying not to show, because a lot of them think that sensitivity is weakness. So they build up these walls and they put on this tough facade. Yeah, we Aquarius. It'd be like, oh my gosh, and they don't never want to hear nothing bad about their sign, honey. You ever do a reading? They don't want to hear nothing. You'll get a whole bunch of likes when it's a good Aquarian reading. If it's a fucked up one, they're all gonna be mad.
At my birthday party, I think we was talking about Aquarius, and my mother got so offended. She was like, I was like, oh shit, she about to. I don't like your friend no more because she said it. I'm looking at her like, Ma, she was joking, bro. Like, listen, I have an Aquarius mother and a Leo father. Okay,
two opposites.
Bless your heart.
Man, let me tell you, my first ex-fiance was an Aquarius. He had an Aquarius sister, an Aquarius nephew, an Aquarius cousin. Everybody, half the fucking family. I've never been around so many Aquarians in my life until I was with him. He had an Aquarius brother. I got to see the best and the very worst of that sign around that family. And you couldn't tell them nothing because they just swore they was the best fucking thing since sliced bread. I dated a few Aquariuses be on me like white on rice. I cannot fucking, even the students that have crushes on me as a teacher are usually Aquarius boys. I don't know what it is. Let me tell you.
It's the emotion. We invoke the emotion.
And it's something that they don't have, or they don't know how to tap into, or they're uncomfortable tapping into. I had this one Aquarius boy. I'm doing story time. This little boy keep rubbing my thigh.
Look.
Talk about, it's so soft. Rubbing my thigh. Then, Mizzy, I want to kiss you. I said, excuse you? One day I was wearing these flower pants. And he said, Mizzy, I like your pants. I said, thank you. He said, I'd like to see you naked. What? 6 years old.
No. You know, I kind of figured it out. I figured it out with the Aquarius. Remember how me and you always talk about like the spectrum of the cold and hot? And I think me and you were talking, he was like Capricorn. We was talking about the extremes, and he was like Capricorn, and then it's Aquarius. The reason why they love the water signs is because we invoke that warm emotion.
Thank you, Neosha.
That makes sense.
And remember, I was telling you, I was like, me and you had a conversation, and I said, I think the reason why they have so many kids, or they end up having kids, because a lot of Aquarius have water sign children.
That's true. And they have kids early. A lot of Aquariuses have children early. I know.
And it's because if you don't invoke that emotion, they can be very, very cold. And one of the things that I honestly say that I taught my mom was to have emotion. Like growing up, I lacked the emotion because she was in her prime, in her 20s. Like, I ain't got time for that. Now
Right.
she's in her older years and she's like, I want my kids around, and I'm like, where did this warmth come from, lady?
Like if an Aquarius
really want to be
they
around.
really feel something deeply. They can be the worst Aquariuses that are unevolved are horrible partners to have, but they are wonderful fucking friends.
Yeah.
Wonderful friends.
Give you the
They
shirt
do
off their
not
back.
betray their friends for shit. They will be a horrible partner, lover, husband, wife, but they'll be a phenomenal friend. They value their friendships on that
As
higher
long as
level.
that commitment ain't there, huh?
Yes. And the ones that are more evolved can be good partners because they have a sense, even though they're air, they have a sense of logic about them. And with them, because there's so much intellectual mental energy, you have to literally spell things out for them to get it. So if you're like, look, I don't like when you have to be that kind of partner that's patient enough to do that for them to be a good partner with you. You have to be like, look, I really like when you bring me flowers. Or I really like when you do XYZ, when you pay for me to get my nails done, blah, 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 blah. And they will make sure that they do that to please you, because it's like you have to literally, because it's like something detached with emotions, they're very logical. So it's like, oh, you like that? Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Like you have to spell it out for them.
See what you just said. My mom, I think one of her love languages acts of service, because she feels like the material, if she can't give you the emotional, so you want me to do, I'm gonna give you the material to show you how I love you. And a lot of the times, me and my brother will be like, "Yo, like we don't want the material, we want you home, sis." And she's like, "Well, no, here's some money, here's this, here, take that," and we're like, "That's not love." We need emotion.
Because Aquariuses tend to have a thing where they overthink everything. Yes. And because it's simple things that you have to just feel, it's like a detached thing where it's like it's hard for them. It's like like you have to spell it out. They like you have to say, hey, I need da 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 da. And once it clicks mentally, it's like, oh. So when I see people with certain Aquarian placements, I understand that about them. And when I tell you these Aquarian placements be on me like white
the aquarium.
Light, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Even in Vedic astrology, the Aquarians are Rahu. Rahu is such a destroyer. It's so cold and y'all fucked up in Vedic and in Western. But y'all have some major wonderful qualities about y'all as well, especially if you're a Aquarius that can be organized. You know, when everything is logic and mental energy. So if you have a system and you stick to it, but y'all also are known as the rebel without a cause, and sometimes y'all be flipping for no fucking reason. What are you flipping for? Just to make a point. Let me tell you, I'll tell you this one last thing before we go to the next sign. My first ex-fiance, the Aquarius, right? Mind you, the second ex-fiance was a Pisces, but in Vedic, he was an Aquarius. I was like, damn, again, right? He used to have a real bad drinking problem. And he would pick fights with me when he was drunk as a skunk. I mean, he's one of the few people I've seen drink that damn much where you would be leaning like a heroin addict. Like you leaning like you that drunk. And then he used to rap in this funny ass voice. He was a big Tupac fan, so he'd be like, he was drunk. Yo, that's very tight. But that was just some extra shit to throw there. But this dummy, right? Let me tell you. So I was gonna make that's what he did. So he was very, 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 very jealous. He didn't want me to have any male friends, nothing. He picked an argument with me on a drunken night because a guy allegedly commented under my picture. Now he didn't show me what picture it was. I didn't know what it was. Argued with me until about 5 a.m, knowing I had to go to work the next day. He was off, right? He finally showed me the picture. He was the guy under the picture that commented under my picture. You see the insanity? You see the insanity? I can't make this shit up, y'all. I can't make this shit up.
Mine was just
I can't make it up.
Liar. He was just habitual liar.
Oh, he lied a lot too.
mentally manipulative. Like, we would leave the argument and he would dead make, like, even though I caught him cheating and caught, like, literally would be having the phone, like, this is what you, and he would just be like, it is because you did it. I'm like, wait. Wait. It's my fault. What did I do? What am I not doing enough for you?
Masterful at manipulating and mind games, because the air signs are all about mind games, but the Aquariuses and the Geminis take it a whole nother. Aquarius take it the furthest. You know why? Because Aquarius is tied to that planet Uranus. Uranus is like fucking Mercury on a higher frequency. It's like Mercury, you know, the Mercury, the signs that's ruled by Mercury, like the Virgos, the Geminis, they could be masterful with like mental manipulation and mind games, right? But picture Mercury on a higher fucking frequency. That is Aquarius. So when they want to mentally fuck you and manipulate you, they are super masterful. Krishan, what's Krishan Rock's man?
Blueface.
Yeah.
Let's look at these two for a second. She's a fucking crazy ass Pisces. I like her. I want to like her so bad.
I don't.
But it's hard to like her. It's
I
hard.
like some things about her.
She's a Pisces with a Cancer moon and a Venus in Pisces.
Cancer moon is already unstable. I'm a Cancer moon, so
but
I know.
She's intuitive like a motherfucker. As a Pisces with a Cancer moon, she's intuitive and she feels everything.
Everything. Mm-hmm.
That's probably why she drinks.
Yeah.
But with a Venus and Pisces, when something hits her emotionally, it's like she has all the fucking sense and logic is out of her mind. It's like it goes out the window. Nothing matters when she feels some emotionally. Now here it is, this deeply emotional person with an Aquarius man.
With this cold.
I think he's an Aquarius Venus too, or some shit like that. He's an Aquarius with like a Capricorn moon or some shit. He is super fucking cold.
He need to meet me.
The manipulation. Ain't nobody going to keep people don't realize. People criticize and we could criticize both of them for many different things, but people don't realize when you're in an abusive relationship, a lot of times people don't get out because the abuser is not always abusive and they sell the dream and they flip it. So I'm speaking as someone who's an abuse survivor. 1 minute they're cool, 1 minute they abusive, then they go back to being cool, and it's a mind game. So when people see her being attached to him, I guarantee, I'll bet $500 fucking on it. When people see that happening, I bet when the cameras are off, he probably acts like he care about that girl and tell her every fucking thing she want to hear. Yeah. See, I want you to be my wife one day, and I'm gonna leave Jada, and I love you, and you know you look better than her, and all this stupid shit.
Of course.
The cameras go on, and if you notice, he loves to record her when she's spiraling out of control. He doesn't record what he says and does to her. And then you'll find when they have conversations with each other, the truth will slip out here and there. And she'll be like, she drunk, but she's speaking her mind. And she's like, yo, but we ain't start fighting until you put your hands on me that time in the basement. He's like, oh, what you talking about? See, that's why you ain't never put your hands on a man before in your life. That's not what she's talking about. She's talking about you making her feel physically unsafe. This is a girl who comes from a whole lot of craziness in her background. You making her feel physically unsafe, and she feel like she gotta constantly be in fight mode. That girl has never felt fucking safe. That's why she's fighting the whole damn world. Yeah. She's angry and she's hurting, and she doesn't. It's misplaced anger, and it doesn't excuse her fucking behavior because she's a hot mess too. Even though I want to like her, but she's all over the fucking place emotionally. She's just a hot emotional fucking wreck. And he knows that. So he's going to keep stealing her money and selling her a dream. Oh, babe, why don't you give me this? Oh, babe, see, you don't really love me unless you do this. What kind of person is going to tattoo this motherfucking name on her neck, on her face? You know, she's already mentally unstable, but you have to be selling her a dream to feed into that.
Yeah. He plays into her, I'm going to just say weaknesses. He plays into her weaknesses, into her emotions and all of that stuff. He makes himself be like I guess what he feels she needs. So that's what he plays for it. He gives her hell, and then he gives her love and bliss, and then give her hell again, and just so he can
the
get
most love that she's ever known. Like there's a clip where he says, "Oh, when I give Jaden flowers, it's like not really a big thing, but when I give Krishan flowers, she act like it's the biggest thing in the world. Like, oh my gosh, you gave me flowers." She's someone who has not received any kind of healthy form of love.
Yeah.
And so because she hasn't, the little bit of breadcrumbs that he give her or make it seem
There's the
is
hell
more
out of
than
me.
she's ever gotten. And she's attached, and she's a Cancer moon. She's going to cling. And she's a Pisces. She's going to cling. You feel me? They both a hot ass mess to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Gates and Blueface. Kevin Gates is an Aquarius man. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Kevin Gates.
Dr. Dre's an Aquarius.
Who?
Dr. Dre, the one beating up on that was beating up on Michelle.
Michelle. Yeah, I don't like Dre.
I never liked Dre. Something about my
Never liked him either.
Never.
And he looked real soft, just big, muscular, soft ass nigga. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. You can curse on this channel.
Okay.
I curse all the time.
Well, that's what he always looked like to me. Yeah, I never liked
I never believed he was straight personally. Something about him. He always gave me this weird vibe. He gives me a weird vibe. I don't know what Birdman sign is, but I think he's an Aquarius too. He always gave me a weird ass vibe too. When
a lot of Aquarius are on that.
Some boys, huh?
A lot of
Birdman.
He always creeped me out. Yeah, well, I'm like. He said a lot of
Is you heard me? Is you hear me?
You heard me? Put some respect on my name. I was like, ooh, like get him off the. Every time he got on the record, I was like, get this nigga off the record. Like,
right, because he don't got no skills.
He don't.
Well, I could stop talking about these movies, so they shut our channel down.
All I kept thinking was when Tony got with him, I said, Tony, please watch them boys. Them old handsome
that
boys.
Was so not real. That was not real.
I think that was a publicity stunt.
That was publicity.
I think she needed some money and he offered her some money. And she,
no, you know what? He was going through that stuff where they were saying that he was gay and he was doing all this stuff with Wayne and all that stuff. So he needed somebody of a higher status, of a higher level in the industry. And it was her.
I thought she sought him out because she was in a financial bind. That's what I always thought.
Tony, it was more so Birdman because remember
she had bankruptcy like 3 times, and remember she's always been the one to kind of carry her family before they had the show and all that stuff. So like I thought she got in a financial bind, and Birdman and her been cool for a long time. You know, it's an Aquarius and a Libra, they both air signs, so they understand, and she's a gorgeous woman. So, but I always was like, she just better watch them boys because them boys with that long hair and they looking like a male version of her. Right. I'm like, and she's a beautiful woman. I'm like, and you know, he have a thing for young boys. And so I'm like, you sure you want to do that, Tony? But I thought she was desperate. But remember, there was something where they had said that she had tweeted something and then deleted it, but something that was like alluding to some type of abuse or something with him. I thought.
I don't know.
I never liked no damn Birdman. I still don't like him. He just creeped me out.
Yeah.
He's just creepy. I like me some Juvenile. Juvenile's an Aries. I ain't never understood what the fuck he was saying, but I always like some Juvenile. He'd be like, you know, Juvenile.
You sound all Italian, girl.
I tried. Every time he make me chuckle every time I hear that song. He go, I'm a rapper, but I'm still a gorilla. I know he'd be like a gorilla, like a warrior, but that shit just sound funny. Like every time he said that, you never be my man, huh? That's what the fuck he say. But I always love me some Juvie. I always love me some Juvie. BG was dope too.
Why does everybody like that song, girl? You look good once you back the page. Why does everybody like that song?
That's
my mama's favorite song.
Let me tell you,
They
because that
saw
beat,
Ramon. Oh my gosh, she got energy
if you're
and
not a
everything.
twerker, you gonna twerk when you hear that beat drop.
Oh, you gonna twerk. If you
could
ain't
be,
got no ass, you
could
gonna
be
still
Lauryn
twerk.
Hill, and then you hear that ding, 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 ding,
Yep.
ding. Everybody gonna twerk on that
It's
shit.
just something about it. It's gonna always. It's a classic already.
Man, all of them, they was knocking out hit after hit when they came out in the 2000s. You People Jersey,
That
you
was
got
a
the
good
back
time.
on
Though.
fire.
Music was good then. Music
Yes,
was so
it didn't go
good.
downhill until a few years later. But
Yeah, it just felt good and everything. Good frequency. It was just dope.
nobody knew what the fuck they were saying in New York. We was all rocking with it. We was like,
That's all you
damn,
know.
what we
It's
talking
the
about?
beat. That's all you know is the beat.
Yeah.
We knew the beat was fire, and we like, okay, they from a different hood, but that shit sound dope. Like even in the projects, we're like, yo, that shit sound dope. Like I don't know what the fuck they saying.
When they came out, man, they did that. They did that.
He said,
They
represent
took that time frame and just
little. I
killed
remember
it.
the block is hot. I had to learn that when Lil Wayne was saying churns, that meant yours. My block is hot, shorty. What about churns? What about that's a churn? I'm thinking churning butter. Like I'm
Yearn.
that meant yours.
Yearn.
Ain't no end in there. But everybody got their own accent. And you know, certain parts of the South, they add letters and words that ain't got that letter. Like I used to have rest in peace cousin Sue. I had cousin Sue. She was an older woman. She's in her 80s with my family. And cousin Sue, everything she says sounds so sweet with that Southern accent. And she'll be up there. She'll be like, "You better hush your mouth." Right before she about to try to spank us, you better hush it. And I said, "Hirsch, Hirsch."
Like Lloyd, when Lloyd say immediately instead of immediately.
Immediately. Mm-hmm. That's why when Usher said Ursha, I understood. I saw he for the South. That boy Ursha, he would probably say his name like that. Come here, that's that singer Ursha. The Ursha, oh yeah, Ursha. How you add the on?
Oh my gosh.
Man, they was the shit. Like they made me love New Orleans. And when I first went there, first of all, that's one of the accents I love. The way they dig into their words.
I like the way they say they baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
Like, I used to love Used by You. He'd be like, Samuel Jackson did that good. He said, "Your mama's a lady. A lady." I used to practice that shit. Like, how the fuck he said lady?
The lady. It's a drop. You gotta drop it. Lady, baby.
Gotta come on.
Mm-hmm. You know whose voice I like though? I like Toya.
Yes,
I like the way she talk real slow when she do it.
She be like, "Me and Win," when we were like, I be like, "What, me and Win?" But I love how she talks.
Why you gotta be whining all the time?
But you know what? And you know what's funny about the that area? Even the gangsters, they so laid back and cool, calm, and collected. They be like, "I heard you, well, we gonna work things out, well." Like everything is mad, but you like they about to kill your ass. You don't even know it. Southern folks are the funniest when it comes to yeah, they come up with some shit. I remember when I lived in North Carolina, the things people would say when I lived in Virginia. We done got off topic, so we having a good chat. We got to get to Virgo.
Ooh, Virgo. No, I can't. I have a friend that's a Virgo. He's very loyal. A couple homegirls, Virgos, they loyal. Workaholics. They know how to make that money. I can say that. But they put themselves on a pedestal.
Oh yeah, they do. Virgos are very interesting people to me.
Come on, Azzy, because you got them lips pierced up.
Come on, tell us about Virgos. The good and the bad. We just going a quick run through of the signs. Good and the bad. You no do-overs, no pass.
I pass.
Nope. But Virgos are interesting. They can be very helpful.
Don't you can't pass. You did all of that with the face and
Right. Very
Okay.
helpful, caring people.
yeah.
They think they know every damn thing. Virgos will be
They,
wrong and strong and stick to it.
mhm,
Wrong and strong, and they will stick to it with a
mhm.
vice grip. They don't think they personal life is anybody business but theirs. Whether they toxic, whether they whatever they do is their business in their mind. And Virgos, they seem to have a way of just enjoying their own damn company. Like they don't need nobody, just do their own thing. But Virgos
Mhm.
can be very caring, very thoughtful people. They can be they know how to calm down a fire a lot of times. Now, Virgo men, um, when they're a good man, like when they evolve, they are wonderful providers, very thoughtful, loving, caring men. When they are fucked up, they are stalkers. They are they are like sociopaths that'll be nice and calm, but very calculating people. Very calculating. Dot their I's. They catch on to detail very well. Details that nobody else might catch on to. They put things
Mhm.
together in a mind, the detail. They're
They're
like, oh,
meticulous, very
that's
meticulous.
the word. They're meticulous, very meticulous. Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Oh yeah. Minds are like sponges. She said they're a little messy. Yeah, they are. To straightforward, fun. Yeah, they can be fun and yeah. And Virgos have different sides to them. They're kind of like shapeshifters. But I think that's also because they're ruled by Mercury, like Gemini. So
Well,
like
they're inventive. They reinvent themselves a lot.
they do. Like that's that Gemini, that's that Mercury shit because they have the gift of gab, a lot of them.
Oh
Hmm.
yes.
And Virgos can do this shape shifting kind of thing where they can be a housewife by day and a stripper at night.
Yeah.
You would never know, and they'll act completely regular. They can be a family man and on the down low, and you would never know. They'll be act regular, dot their I's, cross their T's, cover their tracks.
They play the field a lot too, though.
Mhm.
They like to have multiple.
Many of them, yeah.
They'll swear up and down they ain't in a relationship with nobody.
My mom's husband is a Virgo, John.
Why you be calling the names out on the? Don't you tell people the names of people.
What? This is all stuff that we say to him. We John know what the hell he is.
Bob Evans. you
Hey, mom.
Shanika
Yeah, I'm
Jackson.
talking about you.
You like damn, that's the whole fucking name. Billie Holloway. You like damn? Who the
Look
fuck?
at, I'm like, you like it, I love it. You love it, I like it.
Well, keeping it real goes wrong. I'm just teasing.
He's a Virgo. I didn't say he was a horrible man. I just said he's a Virgo.
Yeah, with that face, he's a Virgo.
Yeah, he's a Virgo.
There
They
you go.
think they know it all. They think they know it all.
Now
He's a
Libra?
good man to my mom, though. If that was the case, I would never let her marry him.
He was
Marry
what?
her. I said very good man to my mother, though. I would have never let him marry her if that was the case. And when I literally say I let him marry her, I let him marry her.
If they're on the good side and they on the up and up, they can be very good providers. And Virgos are perfectionists by nature. They try very hard. They don't want people. A Virgo taught me that they don't want people mad at them, or they don't like people to not like them. You know, but when they get to that point where they don't give a shit, they don't give a shit. Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett is a Virgo. She don't give a shit no more. She one of the don't give a shit no more Virgos. Who else is a Virgo? Nas is a Virgo.
I love Nas.
But they're big
Michael
on
Jackson, Beyonce. Who else?
yes. Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Ludacris. Who else is a Virgo? Just chill with the Virgo. I remember Dougie Fresh. I remember they made that song, Baby Girl.
They're very unproblematic.
They can be. It depends on the Virgo because you have some Virgos that always into drama, always bringing shit, always starting shit. I have a cousin who's a Virgo. She know who she is. And since we were fucking teenagers or some shit, she always bring drama. You have a conversation with her, she will twist up what you say and tell the person you was having a conversation about with whatever twisted up version she gives them. And then the person's mad at you and then tell you the twisted up version of what you said back in response, always stirring a pot and couldn't fight for shit. And my thing is, how you
Look, she talk about me calling motherfuckers out.
I ain't say the name. I ain't say the name. They know who they are.
Kiki Palmer is a Virgo.
I like Kiki.
I like her though.
She seems cool. She seems cool. She seems like she has morals and stuff like that. But Virgos also, they some to look a certain way in public.
Right.
And they
But
do
be different.
She's free and open with her stuff though. I wonder what her full chart is. She's
That would be
different.
interesting to find out. But you made me think of somebody that's a Virgo. And I was just thinking about they crazy ass. But they have like these because remember, it's the Mercury. They're like Gemini. They have a different side to them sometimes, many times, right? So even when Khalees and Nas broke up, Khalees never talked bad about him publicly for the first 9 years of their breakup. Then enough was enough. And she did that interview and she was like, he's an alcoholic. We were fist fighting. He was putting his hands on me. And everybody's like, nah, it's what? Virgo. I think if he was in a sober state, he wouldn't do those things.
Probably not.
I was about to say that. I feel like you got to trigger that out of a Virgo man, though. You have to.
No, but he's had a drinking problem for. I wonder if his drinking problem was triggered or got worse after his mother passed, because I know that hurt him deep.
But that's what I mean. You got to trigger a Virgo into that, because for the most part they're pretty grounded. You have to literally, you gotta literally trigger them into that. Because I've seen those crazy Virgos. I've seen a couple of Virgo men take, and then they tick boom. Like I've seen a couple do that, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna let you rock, and then finally they can't take it no more. Then they switch to that person.
They usually call.
I've never seen like a Virgo just switch out of nowhere. You get what I'm trying to say? Like without it being
mental illness. The ones that got mental illness will.
Well, that's mental illness. That's because they're gonna do that. It's mental illness. But as a regular Virgo, I've never seen them do it unprovoked.
That's kind of true.
I've never seen them do it unprovoked.
What I do like about Virgos are that they are very private.
Yeah,
I do like that.
Yes.
That, and I feel like Virgo men.
That's why Virgo
go to dominant women. I don't know why. Virgo men tend to go to very dominant women. Like they'll go to an Aquarius or a Leo or like that.
You gotta match their ambition and their drive.
Mm-hmm. They go for very dominant women, like very dominant women.
They like that.
I've never seen a Virgo man go for a docile female ever.
No, they don't turn them
because that gets boring. That gets too boring for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they like the challenge.
Yeah, they go for like the high heads. They go for like the Aquarius
on some way.
Yeah, the Aquarius, the ones that make them like the ones that they have to chase.
And Aquarius is gonna make you chase, honey. Aquarius is gonna make you chase. Aquarius is gonna make you jump through fire circles. They go do all kind of shit. Aquarius, because they're gonna try to manipulate with the mind game. They're gonna give you some ass and not call you back, fellas. That's what they gonna do. The woman at least. Give you some of them, don't call you back. And they call you back out of nowhere. Like, oh, I just thought of you today. After 5 weeks.
It's all Libra, all air women.
I mean, but the air signs are masters with manipulation. Well, of mental manipulation in particular. Every element manipulates. Let me see. Scorpio. We skipped
Okay,
Libra.
all right. I'm gonna give you grace. Listen, you know the thing I love about Scorpios? I love the fact that you guys actually do have a heart. Yeah, y'all have hearts. Y'all have hearts. Okay, y'all have hearts. Y'all are very good spiritually. Y'all are beast. I love it. Like When it comes to the spiritual aspect for Scorpios, when they are evolved,
hell yeah, yeah, they're very powerful. Scorpios are very powerful.
Perfect people to fucking manifest with. When it comes to character, y'all see y'all like to act like y'all don't see people character. Y'all like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Why, I don't know.
Oh,
but much. One thing I love about Scorpios is they're gonna try to at least give you that benefit of the doubt. Like they're gonna try.
They try to be fair. They try
to be fair. But it gets you know what? That's what kind of
benefit of the stuff though. Boy, man, gets us in trouble every freaking time. Mm-hmm. We have to learn how to take people for face value. We want to look at potential. We want to say, "Oh no, but I see greatness in you, so I want to." You know
what I think a challenge with that with Scorpios? I think with Scorpios, the challenge is that Scorpios tend to shy away from anything that comes easy. If it doesn't come with fight or some type of difficulty, it's like there's a part of them that thinks something's up. It's like, it can't be that easy. You know what I mean? Or it'll be boring. They have that. They run to the difficulty. It's like they run to the hurdles. They make life a little more complex than it have to be for them sometimes. It's just something that they have an affinity to, and I think some of that
we battle with our mind and our heart.
Yeah.
It's like I think this, but I feel this. Oh, but I think that, and I feel this. It's a constant battle. Constant battle. So we know what it is because for one, we can see into a person very easily. So it's like we see this truth and we see this situation, but we wanna look past it, over it, and say, oh, but this is behind it. So I'm gonna try to bring this out of it instead of leaving it right here. We're gonna bring this out. So we like a challenge. We like to
and they like to push boundaries.
Yeah, we push boundaries.
So they feel like they can fix people. Them and Virgos have a thing where they want to fix people. That's why a lot of times the Virgos and the Scorpios and someone had my attention that their symbols used to be connected, and I had to look it up. Their symbols used to be connected. That's why a lot of times when you see a Virgo and a Scorpio get together, I don't think I've ever seen a Virgo and a Scorpio permanently break up. I don't think I've ever, if they came together in union. They may break up or have whatever. I don't think I've ever seen them permanently break up. Because nobody understands them like each other. It's a weird kind of fucking thing. Like,
it's sick and psychotic.
But here's the thing. I look at Jada, right? Jada's a Virgo. Will is a Libra, but he's a Scorpio moon. That Scorpio and that Virgo. Bad marriage for life. Miserable together forever.
That's so nasty. That is so toxic.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Shit. No, I see something wrong with his Scorpio moon then, because no, he should be gone right now.
Well, maybe a light at the end of the tunnel, and he could fix. I don't know.
But he's trying to fix it.
She's broken. I can fix her.
They're both trying to fix each other. She want to fix him to be a certain way, and he want to fix her to be a certain way.
And it just ain't gonna happen. They both bullheaded and stubborn.
And look, in their mind.
And then the Libra side was going to be charming and manipulate, because it's going to be like, look, I'm going to smile in your face, but I'm going to change you.
It's going to happen. You just wait. No, right. You wait. No, you wait.
And the Virgo with the masterminding manipulation stuff. He think he gonna.
And then she gets to a place where she's like, "Oh, okay, we gonna wait and see."
And no, she's gonna dominate.
She's like, "Yep, behind his back." Yeah, okay, yeah.
The Virgo is a calculating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I know he got something up his sleeve. I know he does. Well, yeah.
I think they both are planning behind each other.
I'll tell you this, because what happens, so you say you got that Scorpio moon. What's going to end up happening to him is he's going to get to the point where he's going to say, you know what? I see it all for what it is now. I see all of it for what it is now. And he's gonna be like, you know what? Okay. What's his sun sign?
He's a Libra.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he got something up his sleeve. Heck yeah. He's sitting back observing and watching. And go ahead, Jada. Yeah, I saw you did that, and you did this, and you did that, and you demasculated me, and you did this, but I got something for that. Just keep letting it build up.
I wonder, now that you say that, I wonder if they both are having, it's like a competition.
And they are competitive.
Who's gonna be making on top first? Or who's gonna catch who? Like, who's gonna make it past? I don't know how to explain it, but like, who's gonna one up? Like he's letting her have the leeway, but also she's a double Virgo though. She's planning shit too. She got some up her sleeve. That's why she writing the book. That's why she has something. She's
working. She might be working on her exit plan.
Huh?
She might be working on her exit plan. That's what that sounds like to me.
I do think that might be it too.
I think she's stacking up. She's putting stuff. This goes in my personal bank account. Thank you very much. I wrote the residuals from the book. Very much. This is my show. Yeah, thank you very much. No, this is mine. That's yours. You know, I think she's kind of getting to that level of separating. And I think he's just kicking back. Like, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Because I'm ready to go. This is my house anyway.
I've been trying to get rid of your ass since juice.
Jada Pinkett, Shakur, Alcina Smith.
I've been trying to get rid of your ass since juice, bitch. So go ahead. I don't want to look like I broke up with you. So what I'm gonna do is
trying to fix you for too long. For over 30 years of my life, trying to fix you.
Mm-hmm.
So Will gonna be all right. He gonna be all right with or without her. He gonna be fine.
I feel like they both are gonna be, but I think, especially with him being that Libra. First of all, it's that Scorpio, because once the Scorpio disassociates, that's it. But that Libra have a cold streak. They do. Like when you hurt them good enough and embarrass them good enough, they do not care about you. They don't care, and I think that's really where he at. He's on some. Even him slapping Chris, I don't even think that was I think that was just for show. That wasn't because he really fucked with him. It wasn't. He didn't. He was laughing when he first said the.
She wasn't offended, but I think it was like one last attempt. Like, this is my last hurrah. Because she feel like I don't defend her. She feel like I'm not tough, or I can't do this, or I can't do that. Okay, now I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna risk my fucking career. And this is my last hurrah. If you still ain't happy, and you still ain't satisfied, I'm done. Because you ain't hear from him about none of that shit hardly ever since. He's been in Europe with some white girl, whatever. He been everywhere. He ain't been home.
He actually got more freedom. So he is slowly but surely separating and disassociating. He is getting to the point where, like, well, I don't even have to care for you no more. I'm gonna support you because you're the mother of my children, but
you go ahead and make the money you need to make, so I don't have to support you.
Yeah, that's that Scorpio moon. I don't give a fuck anymore. How about that? You know what I mean? That's where he at. I'm gonna go over here. What you gonna do? You still writing that book? That's good. Keep writing that book. I'm over here with so and so. It's an open relationship, right? That's what you told the world, right? So I'm gonna go over here and do what I do.
Well, they've been in an open relationship for a long ass time. They've been sleeping.
According to her, though, it's not necessarily that it's open. It's not a relationship anymore.
According to her, he don't like men. Everybody know that's a lie. So, like, she lying. That's why the lady said, "I feel like you're straightforward, but sometimes you're not straightforward." I was like,
All right, wait, guys.
Now she get around the bush until she figure out exactly what it is she's trying to say.
Right.
All right, guys. We got people signing off.
Okay, my bad, y'all. We having our old chat.
We having a good time.
All right, let's do the last. We went to Scorpio. We got Sag, Capricorn. So we do that fast. Sag, Capricorn. We already did Aquarius and Pisces. So we got Sag and Capricorn. So
I don't know much about Sagittarius.
Let me tell you.
Honestly, I don't.
Damn, Sag.
I love you.
I like them or I don't. It's one extreme or the other. And I'm a Sag.
It involves Sag is what we would call, I honestly feel like an evolved Sag is like the Emperor card.
Really?
An evolved Sag.
Okay.
I feel like an evolved Sag in a lower vibrational Sag is like a I would say that's a Scorpio or a Capricorn.
To a lower vibration Scorpio.
I would say that they are the Fool card.
Really? An unevolved Sag. Good night, Mo. I'm not about to say Moesha. Miosha, I'm so sorry. I thought it was Moesha because I kept thinking Mo to the E to the every time I see your name.
I almost caught it.
Here with us and hanging with us. Sorry.
Because a unevolved Sag is reckless. There's literally what you say with the fire signs are reckless, out of control, just
not drawn to
childlike, immature, like childlike, immature, tantrums.
From relationship to relationship.
Think of a baby. Think of a toddler and the terrible twos.
Yeah, the tantruming and the
That's the Sag.
Yeah, no, I'm just not drawn to that. That's why I haven't dealt with it.
But an evolved Sag is
they're powerful.
Like
they're evolved.
Yeah,
they are powerful when they evolve. When they are not, they are so reckless and destructive. And oh my goodness gracious, just
prone to addiction. Very prone to addiction.
Very
obsessive personality. When they're
I don't know a lot of Sages that have drug or drinking or alcohol issues that overcome it permanently. I don't know a lot. Because it's like they take it on as a part of their identity. This is me. If you either you're gonna accept me or you're not. I like to sniff coke. This is me. I like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I like to get hot. DMX. Prime example.
I am what?
You wanna fucking go in?
They are who they are, and that's who they are. It takes a lot for life to really like get them to that point.
They don't like to
you have to get a Sag. Oh no, they're very emotional.
No, I didn't say they're not. They don't like to deal with deep emotions. An evolved one is different. A regular Sag.
No, but I'm around a lot of Sages.
It's like into them emotions. For them, Aquarius, it's a few signs that like emotions are just like ugh to them.
I don't like being emotional.
Emotions is to them. It's just that they're so used to dealing with it in a temperamental way. If you teach a Sag how to deal with their emotions without the temper tantrums, then they know they're not aloft to it. They're very in tune with their emotions.
I know that they're, at least from what I've seen, they are in tune with their emotions. I don't think Sagittarius are aloof. I think Aquarius and Capricorn tend to be more aloof. But Sagittarius to me are not aloof. It's just that a lot of times to me, emotions are uncomfortable for them to deal with deep emotions. Like they want to hurry up and just like wash it away. Like, oh, I don't like feeling like that. But that's the ones that I've come across. So it could depend.
It's just so interesting because I've felt like that before with emotions. Like, ugh, I don't feel that. Ugh, don't do that. Ugh. Just stop it. Ugh.
The water signs do that too. We do that too. But with Sag, they're more accepting of their feelings. Like, I've been around Sagittarius my whole life, and they're more accepting with their feelings. Like, if it's a bad day, they'll understand, and they're like a lot. They know the fact that it's a bad day, and they're in their emotions. Where a Cancer or a Scorpio will kind of disassociate from it. Sagittarius don't disassociate from their feelings.
I think they don't detach. I think they detach in different ways. I think a Sag would acknowledge it, like fire signs, Sag, Aries in particular, would acknowledge it for like 2 seconds and be like, oh, okay. And keep going. They don't, what I mean is like, they don't a lot of times want to do, at least from what I've seen, the deeper healing work for the like they know that they've had problems, they know why, they are self-aware enough to know that. But if it's like dealing with the deep emotions and they don't want to cry, they don't want to go through that, they don't want to, it's like where I feel like
they're uncomfortable in their emotions.
The ones that I've known, many of the ones that I've known are like that.
Maybe because mine's is family, so I kind of known them from like growing up. Because even down to like my mom's husband, he was very, very he knew about his emotions. He wanted to deal with them. It's just that he didn't know how to. So it was like because he didn't know, he didn't know. I think that if you teach a Sagittarius on how to deal with their emotions, like you can take the horse to the water and they'll drink. You get me? Like if you take them to the water, they'll drink it. But if it's like a thing where you don't teach them how to do that, and a lot of Sagittarius don't grow up knowing how to, because they're fire. You get what I'm trying to say? And because they're fire, they need to have, right, like they need to learn how to level out. Okay, when I need to turn it up high, when I need to turn it down low, when I need to put it in the medium. Like they're very, because they're fire, they don't know how to deal like with water signs. We have to eventually get used to like the wave and the tide and the up and the down. Like you have to be taught that. You get me?
Yeah.
Where I feel like with Aquarius and Capricorns, they're taught that, they just choose to not deal with the emotion. You know what I mean? Like they choose not to deal with the emotion. With a Sagittarius, if you teach them how to deal with the emotion, they can. That's why a lot of them go to like drugs, and because they make them feel that emotion and they make them go through those emotions. Where with an Aquarius,
I think Capricorn dismiss. They don't. They're like, oh, I'm feeling, stop. You know, I really think they get to a point where it's kind of, they prefer to be cold as opposed to feeling something. But I like their directness with things. You know what I mean? My daughter, case in point, she's very direct. She's like my best friend though. Very direct. Like if I'm dealing with something, she'll be like, Mom, you need to just go ahead and be petty. You need to match their energy. You need to go ahead and be like, you know, like direct. Just do it. You know, I like that though. I like that about her. Very, very intelligent, very smart. They have a lot of insight. A lot of insight.
Yeah.
Very smart or intelligent. I don't like saying smart.
But they do, they're very calculating too. Those earth signs are very calculating. I think Aquarius moves the way it does because of what it's placed in between. The Capricorn and the Pisces. The cold from the Capricorn, but they feel from the Pisces. So they don't want to feel. So they lean a little more to the Capricorn. But when they do feel, they just get crazy and kind of reckless, and like it's
mental overload for them.
Yeah.
It's mental overload for them. Like a lot of the times I used to see my mom be like, I'm like emotionally and mentally like too stimulated and I gotta like go hibernate for a little bit. Like my mom is the type of person where it's like she'll be with you, she'll take you out, and then she just disappear for like a week.
I did my job, did my work. I've dated an older Aquarius man who was weird like that to me. We would be together, be up under each other for a period of time. And then it's like he didn't want to spend time for about a week or two.
They believe that absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like they literally believe that. They are more of an out of sight, out of mind. I got no, my Aquarius. I got a text from my mother saying out of sight, out of mind. Like literally, she was like out of sight, out of mind, don't care. And I was just like,
out of sight, out of mind. That is how they operate.
You know, they are very much like that. Where it's like, if you notice, to get an Aquarius hook, you have to play the cat and mouse game. If you don't play the cat and mouse game, they're over you. You have to remain a mystery to them people. You have to be busy. You cannot spend too much time with them because they get tired.
They will stop. They will ghost you. If you because they'll be like, oh, you're too clingy. You want too much time, too much attention, you're too needy. If that's the thing, they will ghost you. That's true. You have to do that cat and mouse kind of thing with them.
But that's why they have children, because they, like, I think one of the things that I used to tell my first was like, you can't keep running from vulnerability. Like, you can't keep doing that. This is the reason why God gave you kids, because you can't just throw. They're so used to throwing away people. You can't just throw away your kids. You have to deal with that. You have to love them. You have to give them that emotion. And if you don't, you have repercussions. So it's like, that's why I feel like a lot of them, because I have a lot of Aquarius in the fit. Girl, my whole family ain't nothing but air and fucking fire. Jesus Christ. They're very that's why they have kids young, because they have to learn how to have that warmth. But if you notice that Aquarius, when they have their children, they love them kids like.
You don't fuck with their kids usually, even if they're a fucked up Aquarius. If you fuck with your kid, they can be very spiteful and devious, and they're gonna find a way to get you.
Yeah. They turn into Scorpio. They turn into a Scorpio. I'm gonna get you. It's gonna take some time, but I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
That is true though. Scorpios will wait until that right moment. They'll be like, oh, I can't wait to tear your ass up.
We're very strategic.
I was laughing when I heard this story.
Investigators.
You know the guy that plays Spawn, Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White.
I love me some Michael Jai White. He's a Scorpio. Oh, Michael Jai White. And that's a beautiful couple, him and his wife. But anyway, Michael Jai White, I was watching something where someone was talking about being in a movie with Michael Jai, with the movie that Michael Jai White did with Steven Seagal. And Steven Seagal back in the day was a bully. He was bullying people on set, all type of shit. And that person was like, they said, Michael Jai White wanted a piece of him. I wish I would have loved to be a fly on that wall and say, tear that ass. That would have.
I bet you that's a good fight.
That would have turned me on in that moment, girl.
Bye.
I bet that was
passionate after that. I'm just saying. I like me some Michael Jai White now.
He all right. He is all right. I'm not big on big muscles and everything, but
I am.
Yeah,
I am.
It's hard. I don't like hard bodies.
I like a hard body. Now, if it's overly like over the top, like the body, that's not my thing. But I like a hard. You know what? I tend to, not to be funny. I've had a lot of guys with nice bodies. I will say that. But even when like the skinny or slender guys, they always have like a nice body and cut to them. All the guys that I ever, you know what I mean? Like, but I like that. I like that hardness, and I like that he's so calm and disciplined. Because
I like that about him. His calmness. Yeah.
I'd be wanting to tear their clothes off. If you discipline and you stern and you rock solid and. Yes, girls. Oh, we need to have a girl talk.
I give the Scorpios that. I give them that. They do give daddy vibes. They give zaddy vibes. They do give zaddy vibes. They do. It's like, shut your ass up, okay? Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like that too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. You said what? Oh, okay. Yeah, check me, baby. Check me. My bad. My bad, baby. Yeah. I like a man who can lead. That's what I like. I like a man who can lead and know what they're doing. I like a man that has intelligence, like a man that can teach me.
Oh yeah. I like when they can lead, but they also know when to stand down and don't have to follow me leading when I'm good at it. At the times that I need to lead, certain things I feel like the woman gotta lead, certain things I feel like the man gotta lead. And if I can trust this man, I don't have no problem taking a step back and let him do his thing, man. You know what?
You know, I like being the behind the scenes. That's what I like. I like being behind the scenes, baby, you know, such and such, okay? And he'd be like, "You're right. All right, so we gonna such and such."
I like it a lot, but there's times where I've had to for me personally, there's times where because of different things, my numbers, my placement, there's times I had to realize I'm supposed to be in the forefront for certain shit. So I'm like, oh, okay, I got to get used to that. And then the Leo moon likes it a little bit too, in the Sag rising.
Yeah, well, I was about to say that Leo moon takes all over
that fire.
Like,
that fire, we kind of like a little tension when we want it.
So know I got Scorpio everywhere. I'm Scorpio everywhere.
Really?
But Scorpio rising, Scorpio sun, Taurus moon. I'm behind the scenes. I'm gonna lead you. I'm gonna guide you. I'm gonna give you all this information. I'm gonna pour into you. That's what I like to do. Yeah, I want to pour into you, and then when it's good and it's great, then I'm gonna come on back. So I can. Let me thank you now, or let me show my appreciation. That's me. I'm essential.
I was just thinking of that. I want to cater to you because
yes. Exactly.
Yes. I know that's right. I know, because you know what the thing is. I've been and when I'm in relationships, I'm usually very submissive in a lot of ways. So like I like being submissive, but every now and then I like to mix it up and lead. Yeah. Because every now and then that fire energy, because I have a lot of fire in my chart, but I got like every sign in my chart somewhere. So like the fire sides of me likes to show off a little bit when it's my time. I don't feel like I always need to be in the spotlight. I don't always need to be in the forefront, but when I want to or I need to, I'm gonna do my thing. And then I like to fade to the back and disappear. The Cancer goes, okay, I'm done. Close the curtain. So I don't.
I'm also like the queen on the chessboard. I can protect me.
I know that's right.
Damn sure. Oh yeah. Hold on, baby. Hold on. I got this. No. Hold on. I got this.
For me, I like when the guy submits to me because it makes me submit. So it's like a back and forth thing.
Do he have to submit before you submit?
No. If I submit to him and he in return gives that, it's a back and forth thing. Like I like the fact that I have control by being submissive to you. Like literally, like I like that.
Be submissive to him.
I like the fact that I can go, but hey, if I need it, you'll be like, okay. If that gives me like some form of power of like control, I love that. Like when, especially because I get a lot of masculine hard dudes, so it makes me very happy when I'm the one that can control and pull the puppet strings. I like that.
Okay, I see you.
That's like
So like, just be my little pet. Yes,
there's some two in there, but that's a lot of the Capricorn to me in your chart. You know what's funny? In Vedic, I'm a Gemini Cancer cusp. I'm a Scorpio rising in Vedic, but in Western, I'm a Sag rising, a Leo moon, Cancer sun, and Venus in Gemini. What's Mars Aries? I'm Aries Mars. It's like I'll be ready for war. I think
that's when your New York accent come out.
Yeah. That's when it all, because people be like, I remember my best friend, because when I went to undergrad, I came from living in North Carolina, but I'm born and raised in New York most of my life, right? But I had lived in North Carolina a few years. So my best friend to this day, she always jokes about how like when she first met me, she was like, you were so sweet, like a sweet Southern girl. And then you got mad about, so that New York accent came. I was like, yo, you are, where you from? I'm like, I'm from the Bronx.
See, that's that Cancer too, because that Cancer, that extreme, like we are literally bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, like so sweet, so charming, so innocent, and then when people get us mad, they be like, yeah.
But you know what? The symbol, I just thought about this. The 6, that's the 6 sweet energy, and the 9 flips. The 6 and the 9.
Look, like that 3, that reflective.
Right, right. Because that 9 will be like, don't fuck with me. Like,
we could go to 6. Look, we could be 6, but we could go to that 9 real motherfucker quick.
Right. 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 Exactly. Oh my gosh. This has been a pleasure, you guys. I really enjoyed this. I'm glad we all got to talk. We kind of drifted a little off, but we hit the heavy topic. We hit the key points. We got everything pretty much in there. The only question, she's Queen Nubia asked what was our sign. So 2 of us are Cancers, 1 of us is a Scorpio. We all water energy. All we need is a Pisces that can roll with us so that we got all the water in here.
I don't know if I want Pisces up. I'm just playing.
No.
It gotta be a cool Pisces.
She's dead serious. Don't bring no damn Pisces.
I know she is. We probably do one show with a Pisces, but not the you know.
Look, we got flow here. Let's keep it that way.
There was the one last thing, which was what's some misconceptions about law of attraction. So if we can just add one misconception before we go out, the one I had is that a lot of people think that with the law of attraction, you're just supposed to sit back and manifest and not do any work. Nah, you gotta do some work to make it happen. You can't, sometimes things will manifest without putting in the work, but most of the time you got to put in some work somehow. That's, faith without works. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? You can't say, I want a good man. I'm trying to meet a man, or I'm trying to meet a good woman, and you say it in the house every day. Not just a 10, you're not going to show up at your door. Right. You know what I mean? So you can't just do that. You're not going to get the things that you want, that you seek. So that's mine right there.
Mm-hmm. Miss Nadie.
I know one of the misconceptions, about law of attraction is that if you think it, it'll come to you. It's not necessarily just solely about your thoughts. It's about your actions. It's all of these things that have to come together to create this moment of manifestation. So it's thought, it's action, it's realization, it's evaluation, it's shadow work, it's light work. It's all of these things in one that creates this thing. So your thoughts do create your reality, but you have to put forth the motion to go with it as well. Mm-hmm. So it's not just a done.
Azzy.
That you have to be delusional about your manifestation. You do not be realistic. I tell people this a lot of times, be realistic. There's no way that you're going to be able to afford a Rolls Royce with McDonald's money. Figure it out. You have to make sure that, again, you are on the frequency of what you are asking for. And like these ladies said, make sure that you are ready to put in the work that you need to put in for your manifestation.
I'm going to add to what you said, because you got to be ready for what you're going to receive as well. So you can be out there manifesting and asking for it and doing this and doing that and doing that. And when it comes, it's like, ooh, that's not exactly what I wanted. Or it coming and hit you real hard. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got to make sure you're ready for what it is that you're trying to attract to you. Because the universe going to give it to you. You ask long, you ask enough and you put in enough work, they're going to say, okay, here you go.
Uh-huh. And be ready to let go. Let go. And be ready to let go of what you need for that manifestation as well. Because it's like cycles. Every new moon, we set intentions, we set manifestations, but throughout that phase, once we get to that full moon is all about releasing the things that we no longer need as well. So remember, with every manifestation that you get, you're going to have to let some stuff go.
I would say another misconception is that Damn, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. My mind is just drifting. But I was going to say another misconception of it. What was it? Something that you guys said made me think of something. Another misconception of the law of attraction. Yeah, I said something about being ready to receive. Oh, being flexible. Because sometimes what you manifest ain't exactly what you want. And also knowing that manifestation, when you manifest things, damn, so it's in my tongue. My mind is all jumbled. Being flexible, it may not always be what you want, but in addition to that, damn, I forgot the thought. Sorry, y'all.
We've been on here
I
for like
will
3
say
hours.
this
It's all
about
right.
it is hard to fill a cup that is already full. So, with the law of attraction, understand also that there are going to be new things that you're going to learn, new things that you're going to experience. As you said, you have to be willing to let go also. That way you can go ahead and fill your cup again. There's always lessons in everything that happens. So always understand that you have to make room. Don't think that you are above reproach because you're manifesting and you're bringing things in. No, you're still in the process of learning. We are master students. We are master students, forever learning, forever evolving and growing and changing. So with what you're attracting, there's a new lesson that's coming too.
Now I remember what the hell I was going to say. Also know that I had to write it down so I can remember.
Hey, you guys, I have to go.
All right, Phoenix.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
you for
love
joining us.
y'all.
We closing now, honey. I'm about to. My eyes is like Ginger sleeping. My eyes is like this.
Yeah, you got work in the morning, baby girl.
Yes, sure do. So this is the last thing, real quick. Thank you, Phoenix. When things bad happen, understand
problem.
that you, on some level, were on that frequency for things like that to happen.
Right.
That know that even when things happen that you deem as bad or that you deem as not positive, you help to manifest that. That's another misconception. And that's something that we all have to deal with. That's something that I have to deal with and face sometimes. Like sometimes you're like, how the hell did I manifest that? But there's some part that you played in manifesting that and bringing that into your reality. Otherwise, it would not be brought into your reality. You had to be the frequency of that.
Right.
Just as we go up into the frequency and we ascend to the frequency of our manifestation, we also can descend on the frequencies of other manifestations that of things that we may not have wanted. Like if you had it was a one-hit wonder and you had the top record and everything in the world and you was making millions and somehow you end up bankrupt. You had to get on that frequency. Everybody that you meet, that you encounter, you meet them at a certain frequency that you guys are on. So when you meet the narcissist, when you meet the asshole, when you meet the bitch, when you meet whoever, you are on that frequency to encounter them and cross paths at that time. Please understand that with the law of attraction, even if you yourself are not a narcissist, even if you yourself are not a bitch or an asshole, something about you, or maybe something about the polarity, something about it drew that energy in and brought you guys on that frequency so you can encounter that. So that's what I wanted to add as a final thought. But thank you guys again. We love you guys. Thank y'all for hanging in there with us. This is your girl Asmaaa the Alchemist, Ahzzy Moore, IAmPhoenixNadie, with the universal laws of attraction. I promise you guys, I'm going to time this shit next time. We be having so much of a good time. The time be going by more and more every time. Like we don't got jobs. We all work. So thank you for your time. Thank y'all for your energy. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let us know in the comments section if you enjoyed the first part of this series. We're going to do a 12-part series for this particular thing. We're also going to have some interviews, some upcoming interviews of some people coming up. Bring a couple of more readers up on. There's a male reader. He's kind of hood. I'm thinking about bringing him on though. But we're going to see how that goes. But he's cool peoples with me, and we're gonna see how that work. All right. But I love you guys. Peace. Have a wonderful week. Take care, y'all.